Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
I'll do
Oh,
that.
we're
Is this thing on?
welcome in.
Jesus H fucking Christ.
You know that old Twilight Zone episode where it's like William Shatner in a plane and someone's ripping off all the wheels. I feel like the stream went, there's a Duncan Morris on the stream. Stop it working. It's got to stop now.
What's happening in that episode?
I can't remember if he's imagining it or if it's really happening. But
because there's a Treehouse of Horror episode where Bart...
Yes, and that's a play on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's on the school bus, isn't it? And it's ripping the school bus apart. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Say the number. Yeah. Oh, bye.
We've already said the number.
Tamsin?
You and nobody else was here.
What is the number? Because I've forgotten already.
You asked me when we were talking
I know,
to imaginary people.
I'm using
yeah.
forgotten. Is it 147?
It is 147.
147. Hey, I love snooker. I said that
know,
before.
Yes.
I said that before, but nobody heard it. I do love snooker.
This is the second time in as many DGMS where we've had a little bit of a problem.
Where Twitch has just decided to pretend it's streaming.
Yeah.
And then not.
And we should go fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
But welcoming everybody to this Christmassy edition by dint of the fact that it's almost Christmas. And it's what is it today? The 19th?
Yes.
It is
which
the 19th.
Means that in a week's time it will be the 26th. Which
It
means
is. Boxing
Day.
Done and dusted.
And we can't be fucking... You think we're streaming on Boxing Day, you got another thing coming.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we are streaming on Boxing Day.
No, that would be amazing though, in a way.
It would be kind of cool,
but also
But
not
no,
cool.
there's far too much stuff to eat.
Yeah.
And then the week after that is the new year.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Which will be... So that will be...
The second.
Will that be the second?
Second.
Yeah, I can't math. That's why you're here, Duncan.
Do you want to do the second? Because I don't know. I know. Talk amongst yourselves.
We'll just, same as last week. We'll just have a little production meeting.
I don't know whether I really want to do the second.
Are you fucking off to any other countries?
I am not. No.
Oh, right.
Although my boss is going to Singapore again next year, I am not going on this occasion. So
I'm heading off to a third world country. Well, Liverpool. I'm going up to.
Hey! Now we started one in a row.
Yeah, Liverpool. I'm going to.
Why are you going to Liverpool?
Well,
I mean,
I've got family up there, but close by. But
Sorry
so
about
it's partly to go and visit them, but it's also just because I'm a Liverpool fan and I've got family there. The only time I get to see Liverpool is on nights out or at football matches. So I've never actually sort of seen the city, and apparently it's a really nice city.
I've seen the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw the
I look
city
forward
when
to
I
it.
was at Eurovision this
I'd
year.
quite like a stadium tour. I haven't bought myself one because I'm presuming it's an easy win for a Christmas present, right? Like, I've made it very obvious that I'd like one.
Can I just say that making things obvious never really
this
works
you're
the
never
way
gonna
you
get
want
this
it
tour.
to?
Yeah.
No, but if I don't, then I'll just buy one when,
Sure.
I'll just be like, I want a stadium tour.
Do you know?
I've slept in the car park of Liverpool.
Of Anfield.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't slept there,
Or was
but
it Everton?
I sat in there eating some crisps
They're very
before then going and watching a football match.
Was it Everton? Was it Liverpool?
Yeah, I
You know,
can't
Well, they
remember
use
if
the same. The stadiums are so close to each other.
right.
Until the new Everton stadiums
The
finish
car
being
park's
built.
the same, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
cool.
presume so because you can you can sort of stand at the car park and see both stadiums, or one of the car parks anyway.
Chess is quiet.
So
Yeah, you might need to do adjusting on there if that's the case. Hello? How's that? Is that any better? It looks better.
yeah, that looks better.
Yeah, that'll do.
Right. So, yes, as we've established, this is the closest we're going to get to Christmas. So, by dint of that, we've declared it a Christmas episode. And as a result of that, we brought the most Christmassy person we know
It's me.
to talk about Christmas. So, if you have a Christmas question, Duncan will be fielding your Christmas questions all night.
By phone in.
By phoning.
We'll
Yeah,
put,
call
we'll put
us.
your picture up on the screen and be like, on the phone, this cunt. And yeah, be like that.
I also, because everything fucked up, we're going through Restream, right?
We
So
are going through
don't have-
Restream, yeah. So we can't see anything other than the chat, basically.
So
You can't
I'm
use channel points.
so I'm
they can't
presuming-
do hap
Yeah.
and nap.
Yeah, so no channel points.
So just say your haps and naps.
is that Will just there?
Yeah, it looks
Yes.
like Will, yeah.
So I presume that's like that's under a hap thing, but we
I
can't
think
see
so,
that it is
yeah,
I'm
because
guessing, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you're going to do haps and naps, just
Make
write
it
hap in there
fucking
in
clear.
capital letters so that we can see it. Also, thank you for anybody that dropped any bits or subscriptions and things. We see them popping up on where the logo is next to Duncan, but unless we're actually looking in that corner, we don't notice.
Yes, so it's all a bit fucked up.
Yes, but it will be fixed before we come back on the maths 9th.
On the 9th. Yeah, that sounds good.
He did that all in his own. That was quite impressive.
I'm pretty smart, mate.
On the 9th of January.
On the 9th of January, yes. And by virtue of that, as long as this works today, we can also be on other things other than Twitch.
Do you know something? I
know many things, including maths, as we've just established.
Speaking of maths, at the beginning of the year, using my mega calendar, my mega wall calendar.
Oh, have you got a new one for next year?
I have not, no, but I'm really.
As
soon as I said
that, actually worries me a little bit. If I'm being honest about it.
Well, I haven't got one.
You haven't got one ready. I'm quite concerned.
Well, actually, I think normally that's a just before the new year kind of thing.
December 31st job.
But what I will say is that just as I was about to talk about it, my brain went, "Oh, you haven't got a calendar yet," and then you voiced my fear out of your mouth. But yes, what I thought about at the beginning of this year on my calendar is I counted up every DGMS Tuesday as they went along to see which number episode we would reach if we did everything, basically. If we didn't miss anything, basically. And we're on 147.
So that means by starting a week late, our 150th will be ostensibly the last Tuesday of January.
Goodness me, it sounds like we ought to do something for 150.
150 feels quite big.
Yeah.
We would have hit, if we hadn't have missed some, we'd have hit, I think with everything, 159 episodes by the end of this point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we were originally
a little bit
scheduled
behind
to hit 150 at the end of November, I think.
So no 150 for you. But here we are on this Christmassy episode. It's not, when I say it's Christmassy, we have some Christmas cards in the background.
Very festive.
You're both wearing Christmas things.
Hey, talking of Christmas cards, I have a Christmas card for you guys.
Oh!
Really?
Look, this one's to Jez.
Thank you, sir.
This one is to Alex and Aletha. I don't want to suggest you as an afterthought, but her name's in a different colour. And this one was to me and Mrs. The Singer. And these are all from the same person. If you look on the back of your envelope, you might be able to work out who it's from.
The Kent Messenger.
It's from the Kent Messenger.
Like
I've been in touch with the Kent Messenger recently, and I told them about the fact that I was coming on, and they said, well, the first thing I need to do is give you cards. So anyway,
That's nice.
Mine says, to Duncan and Mrs. The Singer, wishing you peace and joy at Christmas. That's nice.
I have to say that the handwriting on the front of this actually looks a bit like my dad's.
I was thinking it looks a little bit like yours, actually.
Well, that makes sense.
But not on the front of Jez's. It looks like different.
Oh, look how
mine is sealed.
Fucking religious
This is mine,
this
look.
one is.
Look at that.
I don't know who gave me this yet, but like the front of this is so unnecessarily religious.
I love it.
Mine is also religious, but in a classic nativity kind of way.
They're all, by the looks of things, from the British Heart Foundation. So that's good. Hey, man, you got a pop-up one. I mean, I really appreciate my card.
This looks like it's from William.
It is from William.
You keep talking like that, and other things will pop up.
Hey!
I got given these the other week and thought that the good place to give them would be to you guys here, because I knew I'd see you both. And I have seen you both since then a couple of times, but I thought, no,
Now works.
I know what to do.
Well, thank you, Will.
Yes, thank you very much, Will.
It is really religious.
I'm going to pop mine up.
I bet you will. I did just say how much it was unnecessary religious, which kind of does shit over your lovely card.
Mine's really nice.
But why break the habit of a lifetime?
I mean, this is the man that asked us explicitly to like treat him badly on stream.
Yeah.
Like, for money. So
that's true. That's
like a
true.
Masochist.
I do think that my one here has various people on it. Notably, it has
a lot of gold.
I mean, gold was a lot more prevalent, I think, in Jesus' day than perhaps it is now.
Certainly more than frankincense and myrrh, being as nobody knows what the fuck they are.
I can understand what the frankincense is the smell of a reanimated corpse.
Yes.
Done by a doctor, right?
Yes. And
Frankenstein. It was very tenuous. I think Alex got it.
No, I saw where
I
it was.
didn't get it. I'm
it just wasn't.
It was real.
It wasn't worth.
I was slightly concerned that we had given a baby a reanimated corpse, which is slightly disturbing.
Something to do.
Well, he's too young. He's too young to know, really, isn't he?
I mean, in essence, he becomes it bookends the whole story because he becomes a reanimated corpse at the end of the whole story.
Maybe
right?
there is some
definitely
timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly bullshit that it is his own reanimated corpse.
He's Frank. So you're telling me that
He
Jesus
is
Christ.
Frank
By the
in
way,
a sense,
please
yeah.
don't sack me from the Catholic school of worker. But so you're telling me, Jeremy, and these are your words, not mine,
Completely my
that
words.
Jesus is the culmination. Like after he dies, he is worked on by Dr. Frankenstein and then sent back in time for the incense of Frankenstein, frankincense, to be given to himself, maybe to embalm him in the right way to prepare him for the reanimation thing.
That word for word is exactly what
I think that's exactly what you're
telling
saying.
you. Yes, because it's in the footnotes of the New Testament. You obviously haven't read them if you did not know.
I know. I haven't read the Apocrypha.
Apocrypha, fuck me.
Yeah, like when you're reading the bit that's got the Christmas story, and it does exist. I asked this question the other day: is the Christmas story actually in the Bible? And the answer is yes, twice. Two of the people that wrote
I thought it was
couldn't
three
tell us,
times.
obviously.
I'll put that one back down. I thought it was going to be. I was going 3 times. No, never mind that one.
Next to it, when they've got bits, there's like a little one because they use the newer referencing system rather than the old one. And then you go.
What was the old one? A.
No, I can't remember what they did.
Wrote it in the margin like in a Shakespeare book.
No, they didn't even bother referencing the fact it was in there. I don't think they put the references at the end. I can't remember what the different names of them are because I'm not that big a nerd anymore. But the new system is you put a 1 next to it so you can actually go and look at that reference.
Yeah.
But,
so it's like it wants to be helpful.
Was one of them Dewey Decimal? No, that's library books.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Harvard referencing.
Harvard referencing. What's the other one?
Reference.
Harvard one's
The Yale reference.
The old school one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one was the one with the numbers. Karis, come on.
So
Give me the words.
The nativity really. What are we talking about? The nativity really is in the Bible. Is that what we were just talking about?
No, we were talking about the reanimated corpse of Jesus.
Well, look, here he is on my card, surrounded by his mum, his dad,
stepdad,
and he's looking a bit unhappy. He's holding a plant. It's like, look, just stand there, Joseph, and hold a plant. He's just standing there.
We've had this conversation before about how Joseph was the original cuck.
It's so terrible.
And that he was cucked by God.
Listen, if you're going to be cucked by God.
Yeah, you can't really argue with that one, can you?
And the 3 wise men are all around there. One's got a box of gold. One's got a box of frankincense.
That's Dr. Frankenstein.
And the other one is holding nothing. The other one's like...
Yeah, because he's got myrrh.
We were meant to bring a present? For the fucking love of God.
Just a bag of flowers from the offie.
Are you talking about
charcoal
footnotes?
briquettes?
They present like footnotes, but there is an actual name for the referencing system, the university referencing system that does it like footnotes.
It's called like the Ian referencing system.
Yeah,
Can I just say,
that works.
everyone in this picture has an amazing gold halo. Like,
Halo and goodbye, they said at the end.
Incredible.
Gonna bug the fuck out of me until I remember. So
mine has got like a little nativity there. I really like it. Nativity, and they're arriving apparently at the same time. We all know that's not biblically accurate.
No, they don't arrive.
These guys don't arrive for ages.
No. I was in Colmar, which is when I was on holiday, which is a lovely little French village, and they had a nativity scene with the wise men in it, and they don't appear until the 12th day of Christmas, the 6th. So
in Spain, I was speaking to a Spanish friend of mine. They have the massive feast on the 5th. Like it's all the Feast of the Three Kings, and it's like this enormous thing that they do in Spain. And over here, we're just like,
do you know what? They talk about the 12 days of Christmas, which effectively ends on the 6th. And
yeah.
But like by the time you've got to the 2nd or the 3rd, no one gives a single shit about Christmas. In fact, by the time you get to the 28th or 29th. Yeah.
Like the 3rd day of... When are we counting it from? Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Day, I think, is the first day of Christmas.
So the 3rd day of Christmas, so you've got Christmas Day, you've got Boxing Day, you've got Flustical Day, which everyone knows about.
Yeah, it's really
and then you've got...
and then it's...
What? Nothing.
Kind of drifting into...
New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
And then the inexorable return to work and misery.
Yeah. Although I love my work, so...
Yeah, I quite enjoy it. But suffice to say, you've got to think that by the time the wise men show up to the party, they've really missed the party.
Yeah.
And all the pre-parties. And, oh, shit. I can't believe we got here so late.
Yeah.
And literally no one cares. There's nothing left.
What I would say is that in general, in general, the you don't want to introduce a newborn baby to too many people, right?
Why not?
Because,
It doesn't give a fuck.
it doesn't. But its immune system.
Oh, the
probably,
diseases that people bring in.
So I'd say first thing I'm doing is getting the oxen ass out of there. I'm like, I know it's your shed, but hey, like it's obviously it's spring in the Middle East. Jog on outside. You can sleep outside while we're in here. I mean, you can't do much about the hay. And I'm telling all those shepherds to just go. Look, we appreciate it, but go. We don't want you all breathing around the baby. I reckon you've got 12 days later? Yeah. Okay, so your Maggie, they're welcome. They're welcome. They're fine. That's plenty. And they're bringing gifts, right? What's the little drummer boy give? His love. Jog on, mate. What's that going to buy? Nothing.
And that is the message that we took from Jesus and the Bible. But love, fuck it. Who cares?
What is that in the bleak midwinter?
That was the little drum. Oh no, it is. Yeah, no, that is in the bleak midwinter. Yeah, no, the little drummer boy doesn't give that.
No,
the little drummer boy gives his drum, which is the last thing the baby was.
I give you
poor
as I am.
Which setting are you singing? Do you know what?
I will give it what I've got. Yeah. Give a yam or whatever.
Give a yam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, which is why we don't sing that line in English, because they give my sweet potato and it doesn't quite work. I don't know if they're the same.
By the way,
though, right?
That is the tune, right?
That is the tune. Yeah.
Is there another tune?
Because there are different settings, and actually you were singing it. But,
when frosty winds,
mate, they do it with all the Christmas carols. And can I also say, so I played guitar for a carol service today at a school that I work at. And it was lovely, and it was beautiful. And I've spent the last couple of weeks just making sure the kids know the songs, and I try and add a new song each year. So these kids are getting all of the classics, right? We didn't do in the bleak midwinter, actually. That's slated for next year's learning. But what I would say is that there are too many different versions, and they need to strip these down, and there needs to be one official version, and everyone uses it because
the bleak midwinter.
No, of every Christmas carol, right? Because I've been teaching them all these things, and then somebody else made the PowerPoint for today's assembly, and they just Googled the words and used whatever words they found. And the kids are like looking at each other going, well, we have never sung this stuff before. One of them, I'll try and remember which...
which hymn?
There's one in O Little Town of Bethlehem, where depending on which one you do, the first and second half of one of the verses are just completely switched round. The kids, they're very resilient. I've taught them well. And they just sort of, you can see they're like, what is going on with this verse? This is all totally... They
little town of what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. No, you could tell they were like, huh? But by the way, it was really beautiful. It was really nice.
Until one of the kids did say what the fuck. And then
yeah, that's little Jamie. He's bound to do that. Yeah. I just picked a name, by the way. We don't.
That is actually that's a Jamie. Nice one.
A Little Town of Bethlehem's nice.
Yeah,
I think In the Bleak Midwinter's one of the best, right?
I mean, it starts quite bleak, in the bleak midwinter, everything was shit. But in the end, I don't know, does it come out on top?
But by the way, it's not unique to like carols. Do you know Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas?
I do.
Obviously, everyone knows it's from the film Meet Me in St. Louis, starring Judy Garland. Right? Everyone knows that. But did you? Obviously, it goes, Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light, or some variation on that, depending on which version you're listening to.
Yes.
Do you know what? Oh, it's quite a melancholy song, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Even though it's nice, it's really positive, but there's something about the chord structure, the tunes. It's a real melancholy feel to it.
It does. I feel that, but one of it is like, through the years we'll always be together, whatever. Yeah. If the fates allow. And I'm always like, God, I hope I'm here next year. Oh, shit. It's bad enough when the late, great guy who's died from the Pogues sings... I mean, that was...
I've forgotten his name. Shane MacGowan.
Shane MacGowan sings Won't See Another One, which never was there such a prophetic line.
That also has the line in it where she says, you took my dream from me when I first found you. And he says, I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it on my own. I built my dreams around you. And I think that's the most poetic line in any Christmas song. I think it's absolutely stunning. Let me bring you back to Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Now, Judy Garland, I think it was. I might be wrong on the person that did this. But she was like, we need to change these lyrics. And that's because the original lyrics were, have yourself a merry little Christmas. And by the way, this goes along with exactly what you're saying. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be your last.
It may be
it's like a
your
threat.
last.
It's like a threat. It's like,
That fits
have,
perfectly.
have yourself a Merry Christmas. It may be your last.
You watch your ass. It's making a list, and I've been watching Alice in Borderland, which is a kind of a battle royale Japanese kind of show where people are forced to compete in games.
Right.
So now I presume that when someone's got a list, it means half of them are going to fucking die. Basically, I'm making a list, checking it twice. Half of you are getting fucking killed.
Also, he's checking it twice. Surely you've got someone to do that.
Listen,
for
that's
you.
inefficient.
That's a lot.
Think about how many people are on that fucking list.
Unless
Well,
he's
that's why he
got
can only check
OCD,
it
in which
twice.
case,
Yeah.
Because by the time he's rolled through it the second time, it's already the next
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, right. It's like when you paint the entire of the San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge.
you never stop
Yeah.
You
painting.
start
it.
again.
You got to start again.
That talk about the epitome of kind of depression or insanity or something like that. It's like, what's your job? I paint the Golden Gate Bridge. And what happens when you get to
what
the
do you
end?
do the rest of the year?
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
No,
by the
that's
way,
all I
paint
do.
the
I can
Golden
fix
Gate
it.
Bridge.
Just have 2 teams working on it. Done. There you go.
But here's the thing, right? Like, you know those adverts of paint where it's like, just one coat, blah, 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 and all that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really buy paint. But surely you just use that one, right? You just use one coat.
Yeah,
What are
just
they
why
doing
you use one
painting it?
coat?
It's red. It's just red.
Normally they'll say 1 coat, and what they mean is 3 coats.
It is about 3, yeah.
It's very rare, especially if you've got a dark paint. You know I like my dark paints.
Yeah.
If you've got a dark paint and you're painting onto a light wall, you're going to need a third.
Do you know who
coat,
doesn't
most
like
cases.
your dark paints?
Who?
The person who has to paint your wall after you.
Yeah, but we're going to live there for like 50 years, so they'll just have to
Forever.
put up with it.
Forever.
The next people to paint those walls will likely be us. So
Do you know,
we'll be okay.
can you imagine a world in which they don't use real people? They use a drone with like a paint sprayer out the front of it.
I don't think we're far off that at all.
Do you know what I mean? And it just goes, right? Can you imagine that?
Man, it would be amazing. You know
What,
what?
do you imagine
you know
watching
what my
that?
hallway's like? That's way too tall. Can you imagine me?
They took our jobs!
But like that's it, isn't it? Because I saw Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl thing,
Yeah.
a Super Bowl halftime show is what I'm trying to say, and they did a big thing with all the drones. and
Yeah, they do
formed
that a lot, like light shows. with
light
drones.
shows
Yeah.
because they are so precise. And can you imagine actually doing that? The depth of each one, each drone in relation to another, which has been programmed by a computer to do that, and it just forms like a heart and fucking whatever, right? And that seems pretty complicated compared to a fucking paint Roomba.
Yeah.
That just donks
A
its way
paint
up.
Roomba.
A paint Roomba. A Prumba.
Yeah, you just put, and even if you only wanted like a certain part of the wall done, you could just put some like tape, and when it hits the tape, it's like no further,
yeah, no further, yeah.
and then back the other way.
Tamsin.
Into a mega tape pulling review.
Right,
yeah.
Tamsin, we're all around the same age, right? We were promised robot butlers by now, weren't we? In the 80s. We were all supposed to have robot butlers. Everything that was set 40 years in the future in the 80s, we have robot butlers. So,
And flying cars.
and flying cars. But I don't mind that. I mean, that seems ridiculous.
Oh, I like a flying car.
Yeah, but...
Well, as long as I've got the flying car and all the other cunts that can't drive still have normal cars.
yeah.
still.
Do you know what I never understood is in Back to the Future where they seem to have driving lanes. I'm like, how would you even vaguely police that?
Drones.
Driving lanes where? What,
In the sky.
Oh, I was thinking about this the other day because I was talking to Aletha about like how far off we are just driving. Like if you wanted to drive to the continent and you had a flying car, you wouldn't just fly out randomly everywhere. You just probably have some sort of
there would still be
specific
some other
flying lane.
sky
Yeah.
superhighway or whatever.
Yeah, because if you imagine planes in the real world have routes. Now that is the route. They don't just fucking go, I need to go from here to San Francisco. Let's just fucking wiggle our way around. It's like, so I presume they're only there to give you a kind of a...
Yeah, Keris, you're right. What you do is you upload a photo of what you need painted to the thing in advance, and then you block off the bits that you want to be painted, and it goes, right, okay, well, I'll do this, and it's got like a little thing that puts up so it doesn't paint over that line and shit like that, you know?
Does your drone actually climb the wall, or is it a flying drone?
I think it would need to fly, because I think you need to try and avoid contact. with
Yes,
the
because if
stuff.
it climbs, it's stepping on its own paint, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Unless it starts above and goes
Oh, it
down.
depends if it's left-handed or not. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
good point, yeah.
Displays are cheap enough now. Turn every wall into a display and you can recolor at will. I mean, you know, with this all white, as it were, you could have something that constantly changed the colours of the room. You know?
Yeah.
It would be amazing. I feel like this is something, I'm trying to think of, there's a bit in Aliens where Ripley's just sitting in front of something and she's sitting there pensively thinking about her life because she's in Aliens and she's gone 57 years in the future and everyone she knows is dead and blah, blah, blah. and she's pensively looking over a forest, and then someone comes in to talk to her, and she blinks it off, and it's just a display, and she's in space. There's not a forest.
You had to make a conscious decision to choose what you were going to look over pensively at that point, didn't you?
I mean, it could have just been a screensaver.
I need to do some pensive staring. What's
This is a William Hague speech.
I don't want this. What's this? Drinking 8 pints? I don't believe you. Literally one of the only facts about William Hague I knew, but there you go. Yes. I don't know why we got into this, but yes, drones painting. I certainly don't want to paint this.
I wanted to call our band the Drones. Do you remember?
I do.
And then I was overruled because you said that a drone is like a dreary, horrible sound, and you don't want to call your band that. And I thought,
it sounds reasonable,
yeah, no, actually, that's right, that is. But I still really like it.
It'd be edgy nowadays.
Do you know what? The drones would feel like a bit like the Hives, or like something like that. It would feel like a kind of a.
But yeah, the Hives.
Suited...
Like when you come out in Hives.
Yeah, it would feel like a black suited indie band. I feel.
You just say shit, mate. Like the Hives are shit.
Yeah. We went late night shopping in Hive the other day. It was nice. Did a bit of singing.
I hate to say I told you so.
All right.
Why don't we have more? Why don't we have more trams?
Hive, the town.
The entire Hive. Every year they have to stand up as one and sing it together.
Just they line up along the canal.
Anyone that doesn't sing it gets shot, like in Alice in Borderland. Anyway, not obsessed. It's finished now. Yeah, we went on lots of trams when we were on holiday, and it's just great because like it's really simple and just I don't know. I think the future it would weird me out.
The future is not Britain.
No, the future is not Britain. William Hague said that as well. Shortly after he wasn't Prime Minister.
Someone mentioned lint, so now's the time to give you guys
lint.
Oh,
yeah.
Look, I got given these by a child.
Lint factory, they projected onto a white thing instead of installing loads of TVs. They did. That is true. It was pretty cool.
Do you want one?
Yeah, I'd love one. I'd love Lint.
Bomb, let's pop these up.
We're not Lint factory.
We're not sponsored by Lint. We're just fans.
We are just fans. Me and Aletha went to the Lint factory and they just fucking gave us spoonfuls of sugar.
Right. Which one can't you eat?
You can't
eat the brown one. That one is dead to you, but this red one, have it.
Yeah, but...
Do you want a brown one? Do you want any flavour?
Well,
let me tell you what we've got. We've got extra dark.
Is there a white one? A white chocolate?
We've got white and we've got milk. Yeah, there is white.
I'm not going to have it now because
we don't want to all be eating at the same time.
Because they are very decadent and it just covers your mouth in chocolate.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh,
well, listen.
I don't have any such things, and if I eat it, shuts me up. So
welcome in, Harley. How you massive? Hope you massive cunts are well. We are. Joining us tonight on the sofa is Duncan the Singer. So just in case,
is there any like related message that we wanted to share with Duncan at any point?
Oh yeah, maybe there is something we could let Duncan know.
I think there's something. Is it? There it is.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is.
I forgot that. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Do you know, this reminds me, I like that as a section, by the way, because it reminds me of that bit in Viz where they relentlessly keep showing a certain picture in the letters page. Because it might be Private Eye.
In Viz they do it as well, but with the bloke kissing the girl's bottom.
Yes.
It doesn't say that. See, I have to watch my language just in case someone cuts it out and gets me sacked from every job I have.
All right, okay.
You don't have to. You can swear
what the fuck we want.
Yeah.
We're just showing the facts here on Duncan.
Just the facts. Brogan's here.
Hey, Brogan.
Welcome in. It's the gang's all here. It's wonderful stuff. Perhaps we ought to do a segment. Or did you want to look? I'm really curious about what's in that bag.
Oh, you indeed.
Yes.
It is a bag.
We got a mysterious bag deposited at Chatting House.
Oh wow! Oh man.
No.
Right. Let's see what we got
so
here. Then.
Macho. That's the song. It's gonna be.
Merry Christmas,
so
Alex.
Macho. It's gonna be.
It's going to be awkward, isn't it? Because there's not going to be anything for me, so I'm going to have to sit here eating lint.
Yeah, they didn't know you were...
Have a bag, then.
Oh, I love a bag.
Nothing
Could you do the thing where people would be like, could never do it. Where people would be like, they throw something up and they go...
This one is from
that was pretty good.
The British Heart Foundation. This was from the British Red Cross.
Man, we're all British here.
Season's greetings.
Believe in Britain.
Oh, look at all
this. This is my gift from last year or the year before.
You know.
Can't remember what year it was.
This is from Tamsin, unsurprisingly.
While you guys are talking, I'm going to eat more stuff.
Go for it. Lint it up.
Okay, I'm going to read my thing. Look, they're dogs, Jeremy. I mean, I like them, except they are now in the sea, so that's why they're...
That's the sea back
that's the
there.
blue.
Isn't it?
The background is
the sea.
is the sea. They're very happy for the fact that they're in the sea, Jeremy.
And as, should be mentioned, in the sea, solely by your responsibility. I had nothing to do with it.
I did it.
It's nothing to
I
do with
stand
me.
by it. I wanted to do it. No one forced me to, and this speech was not written by Jeremy. So,
I stand by it as well, mostly so I can point and laugh.
well, there you go. You can point and laugh all you want.
Ah,
Dear Alex, Merry Crimbo, may your jolly hollybobs be spent om-nom-nomming around the Christmas tree.
It's his favourite thing.
And may your 2024 be filled with top-nosh and super scran. Love, Tamsinaki. Well, go fuck yourself, Tamsinaki. Let me just put that down here.
And in a similar vein, mine's not quite as egregious as yours. Dear Jazz, wishing you a floofy Christmas and a yappy New Year. May your 2024 be filled with all manner of wonderful things, like dogs, and maybe other cool stuff too. Love, Tamsinaki.
What's your problem with Scran, mate?
That's what he took exception to? There are dogs in the sea, and he's like, yeah, Scran.
Yeah, dogs can swim. They've got a whole swimming stroke named after them.
They've got other things named after them as well.
They do.
That comes later.
I'm trying to eat my scran. I don't really have an issue. I do have an issue with scran in the sense that it is part of the lexicon of words for which I think are bullshit. But I never, ever cited scran as something I
It's not
didn't
specifically
like.
scran, is what he's saying. It's
Oh, I see.
all of those bullshit
Oh, I
names
see,
that
yeah.
replace food.
The words that specifically I didn't like was like tucker and nosh. It was
What about grub?
yeah, grub as well.
Nom's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, nom as
Nom,
well.
I'm completely on board with. Yeah.
It was Harmstone that brought scran into the kind of the DGMS I as another one of these words. Well, people were searching for words I probably wouldn't like. And he's kind of right, but I also kind of saw...
Scran is one of the
It
ones
doesn't-
that I don't mind because it's a Geordie word, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me in
So
the same way.
I think having grown up reading Viz my entire life, Scran just feels like a word that I've never used it though. That's interesting. I've never said it until now. I think.
No, I think
Well, that would be cultural appropriation.
It would, and I wouldn't
So
do that, especially to Geordies.
You'd get culturally appropriated in two at some point if you did.
I'm scranning up the street, lad.
That was really good, and it's a really difficult one. It's really difficult.
I think that I have.
Tamsin, do we need to open these similar sized packets at the same time?
I'm trying to do mine.
Now yours is square and yours is squishy.
I've opened this
Little
one. I've opened this one. So I think.
Oh, the little one, yeah.
Okay. This is
Yep.
a very kind gift.
Okay, if that was the case, Tamsin, you might have made it easier to separate it from the other package. There we go. Right.
Oh, God rest ye merry. Oh my God, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, mate!
It's not a race, but he won.
Very good.
Well, this is going to be a dog, isn't it?
Well, I have to say.
Hey!
Oh, this is so
Do you know-
cute.
What's
Like, one of
hilarious?
the ears is in the air. You can't really see it, but
I mean, they are
it
incredible.
jingles.
Jingles,
It
Alex.
fucking jingles, Jeremy.
Right. Do you know, I feel like,
You're left out because we've got stuff in your
well,
ear.
not just that, but like, I think that I would love them more than anybody else because I don't know if you've seen. Hold on, I'll put where I'm watching us up in the top corner.
God
here.
rest ye merry.
But look, I have to hold it up to the camera because
You can
look,
do that. It'll be
this
fine for you.
is- Oh man, I hate it when you have to do it to it. This is my entire collection of loads of knitting. Which way's the way to
Wow.
flatten it? There's like over
You'll
100
work it out.
knitted people right there. Oh man, look. By the way, it's like a anyway.
Inception.
Yeah, Inception.
But
Anyways,
did you read your
but these
tag?
are crocheted.
Yes,
I
it
think
said
so.
BGB, very good boob.
Hashtag get on the tree. Very good.
Get on the tree.
They are
I did
really,
get on
really
the tree.
cool.
I
They are
didn't see
very
the
good.
get on
She's
the tree.
far too good at this. and
Yeah.
I will again say sell it, and she will say no. So
Okay,
no.
By the
well,
way,
I'm-
did you know that
so
when you look
wonderful.
on your thing on Don't Get Me Started here, it says intended for certain audiences.
Yes,
But it doesn't say which audiences, just certain.
People come in, they have to learn if they like the word cunt or not.
you can work it out.
Pig in a blanket? No, I haven't.
Right there.
Incidentally,
Oh, mate, that is so cute. It's in an actual blanket. Ah, is that from Tamsin as well?
Yes.
Tamsin, you are ridiculously
The only
talented.
people that crochet things that I know are my mum, Tamsin, and
Hey.
Kirsty, who's Aftermath.
Some of your mum's work is
Well, I'm
In
going to
there,
open mine,
yeah.
is in
because you're
here.
still fighting
Is in
with
that
your,
thing.
We're still
your
fighting,
ribbons.
and we're still
Oh,
fighting.
sensing a theme.
Man, that's the
Purple.
same colour as... Oh, I see.
It is.
Mm-hmm. I feel like mine's a book, and I'm really pleased if it is.
I like it.
Hey, that is so
I
awesome.
the asshole?
Am I the T-shirt?
Did Tamsin...
I've just seen this.
Oh, mate.
I can't believe this is a real book.
How did you...
Alright, how to be... Yep, I'm doing what you're doing now. There you go. Oh, how to be Pope. Now what? You've been elected Pope. How do you choose a papal name? Where do you go to get fitted
Well,
for robes?
hold on.
This is a very specific
It seems
book.
to start after the question.
Yeah.
Like, how to be Pope? Well, you are Pope.
Can you
Now-
redecorate your apartment? The answers to these and many other practical questions can be found in this indispensable illustrated employee manual. Who does my laundry? Can I keep a pet? How do I make phone calls? Which hat do I wear when? I've never wanted to be Pope more.
The answer to all of these is obviously Margaret, though, right?
Yes.
Who does my clothes?
Getting down to work. Oh my god, I want to read more of this.
Not the Pope. Just Pope like it's a state of mind. Yeah.
Private listen. Oh my goodness me. Some of the most frequently and infrequently used papal names. What's the most popular papal name?
Benedict.
Oh, well, there's been 16 of them, right? But no, I reckon
John?
John's got to be the most.
John's in the
There's been
20s,
9
right?
Gregories, at least. I don't know. I think it's John.
It is John.
Yeah! We know
John,
everything about
There's been
popes.
23 Johns, the most popular. Gregory, there's been 16 Gregories.
16 Gregories. See, we
How
stopped.
many-
We stopped caring after
How many
the 9.
Jezzes have there been?
There have been 0 Jesuits.
But has there been a Jeremy?
It's
Because
my
that
time.
doesn't seem impossible.
There've been 1 Linus.
Linus.
Linus. He had a blanket like the pig.
Yes. Nationalities of Pope. Oh my goodness. 205 have been Italians.
There have been 205 popes.
Now, by the way,
There's only been
wanna-
1 English Pope.
Is it?
It's my time.
What was his name?
It doesn't tell me. It just
Alright.
says the
Pope
nationality.
What?
Dave the First.
But obviously, there was the whole papal schism, right? Where there was the whole extra pope in Avignon and all that stuff. And so I want to know if they're counting every single pope or just like if there's an official lineage of popes or what. I don't know what the...
Who
you
was
know.
Pope for the longest time and the shortest? The longest papacy was held by Pius IX, who was in office for 32 years.
Can I guess the shortest?
Yes.
Was it Pope Paul?
It wasn't Pope Paul.
Because there was... Or was it Pope John? There was one immediately before John Paul II,
Well,
right? Oh, John Paul!
Saint
No, it was John Paul.
You're hedging your bets, aren't
It
you,
was
really?
John Paul,
It
wasn't
wasn't.
it?
It wasn't. I'm afraid
Oh,
to say.
okay.
I'll tell you
No,
now.
that's a DJ, mate. That's not a Pope.
The shortest papacy was held by Stephen II, who was in office for 1 day before succumbing to an apoplexy. That's the end of that. Can you talk about it? He barely had time to find his private papal apartment.
Stephen, is that the only English one?
Stephen II. He didn't say he was English. Talk about that. We turn up too late, finally get someone in there and die. Do you know you're
Thank
private?
you very
Yeah,
much,
because
Tamsin. It's very kind.
Pope John Paul, right, was Pope and then died really quickly. So that's why John Paul II became John Paul II. Because
It's a
he was
tribute.
like, he came straight in and was like, well,
Better keep
there's
the same
already been
name.
one.
People get confused
Yeah.
otherwise.
Do you know, essential papal knowledge, the papal schedule, your day will start around 5:30 a.m.
No, it won't.
It will
Fucking
not.
jog on.
You're the boss.
If I'm the Pope,
You're the boss of Earth.
I'll
when
tell
you're the
you
Pope,
when
I'll
aren't
tell
you?
you when we're starting. Mass isn't on until 11. So just fucking, as long as I'm in there 10 minutes before and talking about God.
I'll pray when I'm asleep.
Listen, God. Really?
If God's everywhere, he's in my bedroom, motherfuckers.
Jesus, I hope not.
Yours, Alex's is fine.
Your
right there.
day
Keep it
starts
on.
around 5:30, whereupon you will either dress yourself or have your papal valet.
You got to
assist
dress
you.
yourself before you mess yourself.
You better believe you do. I probably would
Mash yourself.
Yeah, but like dress yourself before you mess yourself, at least rhymes. What is an anti-pope?
See, I mentioned anti-popes just now.
Did you? I'm sorry, there was a lot of stuff going on in my
Is
reading
that
brain.
Your Pope the Pope's dad's sister.
No, it's when you get a Pope
That's
and an
your
anti-Pope
second-
together, they create an explosion of light and sound.
All these jokes are fun jokes that I like.
So an anti-Pope would have been during the Papal Schism that I also referenced, I'd imagine.
Listen, it sounds like I wasn't listening to you at all, Duncan. I mean, I'm glad of this fact, but I mean, I'm sorry in a way, I suppose. What is an anti-Pope? It's like when you get bitten by a snake. Stick him in there! Oh, God. And the fact that it's an anti-pope just makes me laugh so much that someone's decided to do this. An anti-pope is someone who lays false claim to the title of pope. Usually, an anti-pope would confirm himself and assume papal duties in direct defiance, I love it, thank you, of the true pope of the time. The last such impostor was Felix V, or Felix V. We don't know if he was the fifth Felix or whether he's just Felix V, like a fucking DJ. 1440 to 1449.
So he got away with it for quite some time.
Yeah, he was a fake pope for 9 years.
9 years?
Who the
Nobody
fuck is
caught
this
him.
guy? I don't know, the Pope or
The
something.
first year they were like, you know when someone comes into your business space where you're working and stuff like that and you go, who's that? What's that going on like that? And you're like, oh, I'm sure he's probably fine. And then a bit later you're like, did you see that guy? I don't know who he is. Like, but you for a while, you're like, oh, he's probably just working on the lights or the toilets or something. And then,
This is how terrorism happens.
right?
Obviously, you wouldn't
Apathy.
necessarily get paid or anything, but I do wonder if you turned up at an office and just acted like you worked there and you were important and you just told people that you were and you've been sent. And
How long would you get away with it?
Yeah.
Probably not long anymore.
These days, it'd be very difficult because
Previously,
of
though.
email.
Do you know,
Yeah.
there's a bit where I was watching on TV where they're like, can you just get into like theme parks? You can get into anywhere if you carry a ladder. So if you, and I saw these guys do it, and they both have high vis and they carry a ladder, they walk straight up to Thorpe Park gate, and then someone lets them in because they presume they're work people. Same with cinemas. Same with any of these places. You just walk in. Me and you could have a ladder, mate,
That's amazing.
and we just walk straight through.
I've
and
got
they
a
won't
ladder.
go. And they won't go like right. They won't go like, oh, hold on, let me just check you where you blah blah blah. They just let you straight through. And I watch them do it, and they go, I can't believe we just got let into fucking Thorpe Park. Put their ladder up against the wall somewhere, and off they go. Woo woo. But
This isn't confessions, but would you like a slightly related confession
Yes.
I was saving for when we have more?
yes.
Confession. I get paid an additional amount every month for being a first aider. I have worked from home since June 2020.
That is
It's amazing.
good.
It's a good one.
But yeah, I could declare myself. I declare myself anti-pope.
I
Why
think you have to
shouldn't I
declare
be?
yourself Pope.
Yeah, you declare yourself Pope, and then we call you the anti-Pope.
Anti-pope
No,
sounds
but if
so
you
much
declare
cooler.
yourself the anti-Pope, and then people say, but you're not the anti-Pope, does that make you the Pope?
He's onto something here.
Two popes make a pope.
Yeah.
Was this a bit in The Simpsons? Did they recognise him as his high by his high top sneakers and incredibly foul mouth? I don't remember that, but I've no doubt. It doesn't surprise me that you remember that bit, but I don't remember that bit.
Homer? Who is Homer?
My name is Guy Incognito. Get out of here, Homer. Oh, that dog has a puffy tail. Well, this is an amazing book that I just want to keep reading, frankly. I'm gonna shout. I can't speak properly. I'm so excited about the prospect of telling my dad I have this book.
You're not. You're never going to do that.
I'm going to tell my dad about a book about how to be Pope.
I do like the "You are here" on the front, pointing at the Vatican.
Yes.
Right, this is where you go.
You have an extraordinary amount of work to accomplish. Really? Do you know, I saw Jude Law in The Young Pope, and he did nothing at all, basically. Okay, I watched the first 5 minutes of The Young Pope and got bored. But, you know, Popato Papato.
Maybe we should just play this whole section back to your dad. That'll go down well.
Especially with that.
Just put it on DVD, which I assume is a medium that your dad can access.
He understands it, yeah.
And then we just, give it to him. Merry Christmas, Alex's dad. Sits down
His
to
name's
watch
John,
it
much
on
like the
Christmas.
Yeah.
most famous popes. I think maybe his dad was hoping he'd become Pope. That's why he was named John. It's all coming through the fucking looking glass now. The reason he
He had
wanted
no
me to
hope
be
for
Pope,
you. How many Alexes? There will have been loads of Alexes, I'd imagine.
Bob Pope and no Pope. You know, do you know what I mean? Oh, all the Pope jokes coming out today. I'm just saying that maybe the reason my father was named John was because his dad hoped that he would make a run at Pope, and then when he didn't or was unable to, he hoped that
Pope.
I would.
It was kind of like a genetic
Yeah.
passing
But
on.
so popes take a name, don't they?
Yes.
Much
Yes, they
like-
do.
Because
like
like
kings and
Benedict
queens.
was like Herman von Nazi or something. I can't remember his exact name, but it was so.
And there's you saying, "Let's hope nothing gets clipped and sent to Stella Maris." Fucking hell.
I was talking about. Oh yeah, Benedict was the Pope,
Benedict
wasn't
was
he?
like Desmond
Oh,
von
yeah.
Nazi. I do not get this. All the fucking governors at your
I just-
school. It was a joke.
I just couldn't remember his name.
God knows we've all called the Pope a Nazi.
He was in the Hitler Youth. It's a fact.
There we are. We've resolved it. We're all friends. Alex for anti-Pope. I believe I can be an
I
anti-Pope.
forgot it might offend people. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about that.
Really sorry, any Catholics who really liked. And I can't remember his name. I did know his name. But yeah, you pick your papal name is the point I'm making.
Yeah, because I said I was going to be Batman the First.
Yeah.
You definitely would pick a different name if your name was von Nazi, wouldn't you? Especially after the war.
I really like Alexander, and I think I keep my name as Alexander.
Yeah,
if I
why not?
became
Like
Pope.
Charles was. Everyone said Charles wouldn't take Charles's when he became king, and he was like, "Yeah, but my name's Charles, so shut up."
Charles in charge.
Yeah, and he really is now.
He is. What I
But
was
he's
gonna
not
say,
gone
well,
all right wing like Scott
can
Bowe,
he
because he
just-
already was.
Can you just be a different king name?
Yeah,
I know I said that
all of them
sentence
were.
really poorly.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Most are.
Yeah, or
Was
there's
Elizabeth Elizabeth? I mean,
certainly Elizabeth
She
was
was
Elizabeth, but
her dad
but her
wasn't.
dad
Her
was
dad.
Albert. But
right.
he became George when he became king.
Fuck me.
Edward, I think, was Edward the VIII.
Mm.
But I don't know about their dad, George the VII. Still fifth, seventh. Get your numbers right. I don't know about
I think
him,
he
but
might
I
have
think
been a
there's
George,
been.
but
I
I'm
think
not
there's
sure.
been a bit. And my guess is it probably dates back because I think Queen Victoria was actually Alexandra or Alexandria or
really?
something. So I think it maybe dates back to them just being a bunch of Germans. I could be wrong there.
Hence Ali Pali, another phrase, Alex.
Yeah. Do you know what the main thing about Ali Pali is? They hold all the worst events there, like the darts, and I like the snooker, but for some reason when they hold whichever one it is that's there, the Masters, no, that's up at anyway, whichever snooker they hold there, I always feel like that's all like.
What's a good icebreaker?
Hi, I'm Pope.
A hammer.
It's oh yes, breaking the ice and making conversation with a new acquaintance, particularly in a public setting, requires a deft touch.
Yeah, see what you've done here, Tamsin?
We've lost Alex. Oh, have you got me again? Good. It looks like you have. Other than a lightly self-effacing comment, I can't believe the Pope would make one. Humour can be a tricky way to connect with people. To be on the safe side, you may want to casually inform your guest that he or she is looking well.
You're looking well.
Thank you. Has lost weight.
You've lost weight.
Thank you. Looks years younger, etc. In politics, as elsewhere,
That's not what she's showing.
heartfelt flattery is always appreciated. Many public luminaries have learned the trick of memorizing names quickly so they can promptly establish a personal rapport. I'm a big fan of that.
You do.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, and I do not successfully do it.
Any connection you can make to the guest's home country or city will also be warmly received. So when these
You
people...
have been doing this shit.
I have been doing this shit. Oh, is this how to be a flirty Pope?
Hey, you got to be flirty if you want to be the Pope.
Oh, yeah. How do you think you get to be Pope without
You've got to
flirting
sleep
your
your way
way?
to the top. don't
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's quite, it's a long way to the top.
Any
Well, you
thoughts on
can't sleep
Duncan?
that much. You've got to be up at 5:30.
Fucking hell, what? I like to... There's no time to stay up until 3 o'clock playing Minecraft if you're the Pope.
No.
Fucking
But you can
hell.
get other people
Well,
to play Minecraft for you.
Unless you
Ah.
just stay out through, which is a responsible Pope behaviour.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, that's the kind of thing I would
Sleep
do.
during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mass, done, bed. Easy.
Yeah. People know you're an eligible bachelor when you're going for Pope. That's true. That's true.
Except for the eligible bit.
Well, maybe you won't become Pope. Ultimately, here's the thing. If I didn't become Pope, if I made a run for Pope and didn't become Pope, I'd immediately stop being a priest. Like, what's the point of being a priest if you're not going to be a Pope?
Yeah, it's like any job, isn't it? If you can't exceed the glass ceiling and get to the top of your field, then what the fuck's the point?
I can only imagine that people became a priest and then they weren't allowed to have a wife. So no sex, nothing like that. Priest, all the way from, I don't know, let's say 20, all the way up to like you're now 75 years old and you've just made your run for Pope and they turn you down and you're like, well, fuck this. And then
Straight to the whorehouse.
yeah, you just immediately fuck. I used to be fucking Pope. Yeah, well, no, I wasn't. I was going to be Pope, and then I used to be this, but like...
Just immediately turn around and fuck another priest to really
just
double
really
down
immediately just
on
like,
the
well...
shit they don't like. Yeah.
Alex and I have a friend, and I use the word friend very loosely. He's somebody I went to school with and whose dad is friends with Alex's dad. But anyway, he's a priest. I'm not going to say his name.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. He was in my class at school. His brother, I think, was in your class.
Oh, yeah.
Got
No,
it.
I was thinking about that guy just now.
Anyway, so he's a priest.
He is.
Right? And all the time I'm like, what if he became Pope? But wouldn't it be amazing if he became Pope, but you secretly like snuck in and stole his place when he was just doing it? Because you know him, right? There's a chance you could get invited. Like, your dad could get invited to
Take
that
a ladder.
thing.
Take a ladder! Get a ladder and get this me and you with a ladder! Oh, and also, the papal balcony is quite high, so that would actually be
It
quite
is.
practical.
You can get straight up there.
Yeah.
But imagine if he was like chosen to be Pope, and then you go to it because you're invited with your family because your parents and their parents are really close, right?
Yes, Brogan.
Straight in, boom, done. See you later.
Am I hitting the
And just-
stunner?
Yeah, you stunner him, bam, like
Off the
that.
balcony.
Nobody. He goes off the balcony. You go, I am Pope Batman the First.
And then I get shot by a sniper.
There will be no encore.
There will be no encore.
And then you'd be in that book because you'd be the shortest lived Pope.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
They'd insert the ladder in you and throw you off the balcony.
And then you'd be extendable.
The
so
ladder
it's-
match. TLC. Oh, my God. This is a Pope on a rope match.
Hey, it's H-Sports. Hello, H-Sports.
Hey.
Yes, boobs to you
Hey,
indeed.
H-Sports.
Welcome in.
Oh, my goodness me. This is so fucking funny. This is so stupid. But yeah, it'd be amazing. It'd be great if it was in this book. The shortest lived Pope was Alexander Borton, who usurped somebody else as Pope and got shot on the balcony. I think that's a way to die. I think I'd probably be okay with that.
That'd be okay. I
It
mean,
would
you
be
live
infamous,
forever
wouldn't
with
it?
that,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
I say live forever. You live until at least
Presumably
the heat
not
death
shot
of the
through the head,
universe.
so maybe shot so I can have some dying words. Or flipping them off, basically.
They got to go for the kill shot straight to the mouth, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a pity they would do that. I would
Yeah.
like to get a few choice phrases off as I finish.
Well, maybe you
So with that in mind, just
hold a banner.
Thank you for the. There you go. We got some of them there. Thank you for the subscription. I don't
Nice.
think it came up for
Who's the
us.
shortest-lived anti-pope? Presumably the
The only anti.
the only
There's been
anti-pope was
loads of anti-popes.
Felix
don't worry.
V.
Felix the
You,
Fifth.
if you go to the cathedral in Avignon, you get to learn all about schisms and anti-popes and stuff. And I've been
Wasn't
there
there
loads.
like Henry VIII basically an anti-pope because he was like, I'm going to do what I want.
To a point, but what's interesting is he never. Do you know he remained Catholic? He set up the Church of England whilst never recanting his Catholicism.
What of course, what a
I
cheeky
know.
cunt he is.
And I mean, he was
Talk about do what I say, not do what I do.
Exactly.
Of course. I mean, ultimately, if he's excommunicated, he can, and by the way, it's not like we had a lot of emails or Twitter flying around the place for like the Pope to clear this shit up. He just
Henry
told
VIII
everyone.
excommunicated. Pass it on.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like I heard you're excommunicated. You heard wrong. Oh, well. Okay. Sorry. If I was. Yeah. I mean, no bother. But you heard wrong.
You would
mistaken.
never had that long to even get into
Right?
your
Can you
apology.
imagine someone?
I heard you were excommunicated.
I heard you're fucking
goes.
dead.
I heard you were X,
Do you know
and that's
what
all
I
we
mean?
get.
Ha!
Formerly Twitter.
Do you know, well, lots of exes he had. 5 of them, in fact. Well, because one of them outlived him. But imagine, even he killed his wives, at least
He
2 of
killed
them.
literally everybody that even spoke a word to
People
him,
who
so-
he loved. He chopped their heads off. Can you imagine what he'd be doing to some dickhead who came along and said, I heard the Pope excommunicated you. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with
Then
you?
he's hitting a stunner, right?
Have you ever seen, I don't know if you've ever seen Wolf Hall, and if you haven't, you should see it because it's really good. Because it's got Damian Lewis as Henry VIII, and he's fucking fantastic in that.
And everyone's trying to work out if he's a spy all the time.
yeah, and he's
For the
twitching his
Pope.
fingers like this, and that's such a really random thing that he does in the show. But anyway, yeah, he does all this stuff, and is
And
he?
his wife's really fit.
His wife is really fit and fucks him in the second episode, and my
Yeah,
dad
and
still
she
quite
gets-
likes
and
it.
she gets her tits out.
All the time.
Great.
Oh, great.
Great show. What did
Great
you
show.
say it was?
Wolf Hall.
Wolf Hall. Yeah, great show.
I haven't seen Wolf Hall, which
Mark
is weird.
Rylance is Thomas Cromwell in that, and he's
Mike Rylance is amazing.
I know, and he's the advisor, and he is treading a fucking dangerous line trying to advise Damian Lewis's fucking sinister Henry VIII in that. You've got to see it. It's so
Damian
good.
Lewis is such a great shout for Henry VIII.
Yeah,
I have
it's
to
brilliant.
say.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
he's
It's
a
amazing.
great
You've got to
shout for
see it.
most things. He's
Yeah,
really
true.
good.
But yeah.
I always think I'd be a good Henry VIII. I've got the ginger beard. I think we're roughly the same height. I've killed a couple of wives.
I don't think you are. I think he was quite short, wasn't he?
Henry VIII? I don't
Isn't he
think so.
quite
I think he's
short?
quite a tall guy, wasn't he?
In all the... And we don't know much about
Google, you ready?
Henry VIII height.
the monarchy, right? In general, apart from like Duncan is really good at this stuff, and I presume you have a good knowledge of the monarchy or kings and queens in
I
general.
would like to continue that impression.
But but I don't really. So in my head, the kings and queens of England are Edward the Confessor, Harold, William the Conqueror,
Henry was over 6 feet tall.
Oh,
Henry VIII, Queen Elizabeth the First and Second. These are the kings of England I know. Well, there's others in there, but basically those are the ones we know. Blah-de, 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 blah, 6 wives. Blah-de, blah-de, blah, Second World War. Everything we learn
Have
in
you
history.
seen 6?
No.
I want to go and see 6.
We should go with Aletha because she really wants to go.
Okay, because I don't think
watched
Amy really
the,
wants to go, so...
I watched the one song that they did on the Thanksgiving parade last year, and it was shit. So I'm not interested.
See, now here's the thing. I think that every song...
Carry on talking, I'm going to get
I think that pretty much every single... Hey, can you get me a drink, please?
Yes.
Some kind of watery stuff, I don't know. Hey, that's amazing. Have you got that? I don't think any of the songs in Wicked. Every single time when we're driving somewhere on a Sunday and it's the what's the name, Elaine Page show, and there's a song and I'm like, what is this song? It's terrible. It very often turns out to be from Wicked, right? I don't think I mean eventually you listen to them enough times they start, Defying Gravity is all exciting. I like that because I used to do it in my choir. For Good is nice but only because it reminds me of my wife's friend and the affair we had. I really hope Amy's watching now because otherwise she's going to get a load of text. Did you know Duncan had an affair with your friend? I didn't. I'd be more likely to have an affair with her friend's
his
dad.
job and his marriage.
Lost my job, lost my wife.
One episode. What else can you ruin?
Now who's been cancelled? Cancel this. But I think but I still really want to go and see Wicked because I think
it would be wicked.
In context, because I think it'd be wicked, and I think in context these things sort of take on. They're different from just hearing the songs in isolation. Like I never really liked the song. What's the one in that thing about the circus man? Sorry,
The Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman, and then there's that. This Is Me from that. The first time I heard that, I was like, pfft. And then I saw it in the film, which I wasn't like overwhelmed with, but I saw it in the film, and it's such a really amazing moment in the film, and suddenly those words have real power in the song. Since then, I've really loved it. So that's why this is one of the reasons I try and avoid songs from shows before I've seen them. So I'd never listened to any Hamilton before I saw Hamilton. Never listened to any.
Yeah, yes, please.
Never listened to any Book of Mormon before I saw that.
I'm not talking to the voices in my head, by the way. I'm saying yes to mulled wine from Alex.
Chess. I can't tell if there's a joke there that I've missed. Obviously, Chess is what Elaine Page was in, but I don't know if
it might have come at that time.
Or have I seen Chess? I haven't seen
Thanks
Chess.
very much.
Ignore the chess remark. What I would say is I had a friend.
No, you didn't. That's just
okay.
patently untrue.
There was somebody I knew who desperately wanted more people to go to her show.
Okay.
So she pretended to be my friend for the sake of me going and I see you were trying to guess the thing. Yeah, I get it. She wanted to go and see a show, and the show was Footloose. Now, Footloose, I've never seen the film, but she was in it, and I wanted to go and support her because I was having an affair with her, and I really wasn't.
By the way, I have to say, this is the best way to hide an affair,
right?
Is by publicly declaring.
Yeah, man.
So the point is that I believe you had an affair with her.
Oh, mate,
I believe
she's been in EastEnders anyway.
Sounds like a good reason to have an affair with someone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
it creates content. If
anything, she played.
It's sorted. All right.
she went on a date with Mick Carter. Is
that Danny Dyer?
It's Danny Dyer.
Oh my god.
Did she?
Look, by the way,
to death in one of the
what
various
I would say,
Queen Vic fires.
Yes. No, she didn't. She just didn't get cast again. She was in this show, and the show really was kind of rubbish. But I was still standing up and clapping at the end because when you get immersed in a show, even if it's kind of a bit rubbish, I wasn't a big fan of. Have you seen Matilda?
Yes. Well, not in the theatre, but I've seen
not the theatre version. No.
I don't know if
the film of it.
I haven't seen the film of it. Anyway, in the theatre, I found that most of the songs were really underwhelming, and I understood why.
Alex hates Tim Minchin.
Well, I understand that anyway.
The film is fine. The music is forgettable.
Yeah, and there's a couple of amazing songs, right? I think there's a couple of really, really.
They're all kind of.
When I grow up, makes me want to cry every single time.
There are some good songs
really
in it.
good.
I'm not a big fan of it, but I did enjoy it when I went to see it. When I was forced to go to see it at the cinema.
When we went to see the show, we were really excited. We've been wanting to go see it for ages, and then we watched it, and we were like, oh, we were really looking forward to that, and it wasn't all that.
Hello, Mike. Welcome in. Happy Christmas to you too.
Just to say before it disappears and I forget, Aletha, you did offer me mulled wine, and I turned it down.
Then H-Sports, I love it too. By the way, I've got a new thing that I've been trialing over the last year or two, which is whenever somebody says something nice about something, I won't say anything negative about it after. It's really good fun.
It is nice.
Yeah.
I try to do that when I'm not on this show. And then when I'm on this show, I do the exact opposite.
Okay.
Because everything that you like is shit.
You cunt.
That's how it works.
Yes. Yes, I poured some into this thing and then tried to halve it out like that. So it's not like an entire mug full.
Perfect, yeah. No, yes, Aletha, you did offer me some, and I said, I will later.
This is a really nice glass. It's really sturdy. I like it. I'm going to give it a flick.
Shatters. Well, thanks. Right, what are we fucking talking about? Because all I remember is talking about Wolf Hall.
I don't know. A part of
Gotta
me
watch
feels,
it. It's really good.
Part of me feels like at some point you would normally have done a segment.
We haven't done a single segment, and it's been 50 minutes. Well, it's been an hour because we started late, didn't we? But yeah. I don't think we're doing This Is Happening because that's a lot of scrolling through the chat, and I can't be asked with that, frankly. So everything's great.
Glass shatters. I'm in.
Wow!
But would you like to maybe roll on the good times and do that? Yeah? Yeah. I don't even know if this works. I'm going to push a button and see if it works.
Yeah.
Introduce the segment while I find the button.
This is a segment that we're going to call
Drinkity
Drink.
There it is.
Drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Drinkity drink, drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Drinkity drink.
You did. This is unwrapping. The unwrapping. Right. So yes, we're gonna do a segment called
Oh yeah, I've got a thing.
Drinkity Drink, and I've hastily produced 5 very similar in format questions to read out, which all involve everyone filling in the blanks in a variety of sexual manners, and or using references to things that we've already spoken about on the show. But there are 5 questions, and because we're terrible...
My pen's rubbish, by the way.
Oh, would you like me to get you another one?
I'd love
you provide
another
a
one.
means of rubbing out, or am I using my jeans like a school child?
You can rub one out however you like.
I'm not going to say anything with that, considering the other word in my sentence was school child.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to get fired from the school job I don't have.
You don't have a job, man. I mean, you do have a job, a school job.
I'm not getting fired from it. I'd have to fire myself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm self-employed too, but people can still just say...
Not for long.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, past tense. You were employed. You just haven't read your email yet.
I happen to be perusing through.
Japanese good.
Somebody drew something on mine.
I'll take my
Right, there we
points.
go. I've done that now. I'll stop drawing that.
Has some I don't know.
Hey, cheers. We all fall down.
Thanks.
This place is fucking bombs hit it. Right. I love it. Oh, so Christmassy. There's just shit everywhere. This is Drinkity Drink, which is a segment we sometimes do for fun. And your fun mainly. And the way it normally works is that I have 5
You will have fun.
I have 5 enforced Christmas fun. 5 questions, but because we've been drinking far too much mulled wine, some of the questions are blanked out, and you have to fill in the blanks. Now, normally the way we do this is we have...
It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice, actually, yeah. They belong to Kelly. She's never had them back. So, but I love them. They're really great.
Drink.
So, fuck you. That's true. Oh, wait, I have to drink. Yeah, good. Can I actually drink? Come on. Should be the rule that I can only drink if I actually have some fucking alcohol. So, the way we normally do this, it's just you, Jeremy, normally here, is that you score a point if they don't guess it.
Yeah,
basically.
that's true. How does it work now? That
Well, I
there's
think we
2 of
should
us?
just go head to head, and you basically
Are we competing?
you score. You're competing, Jez versus
So
Duncan.
So
Right.
we have to get a point from them now, basically.
Yeah. Oh, I love
you
this.
score
This
points
is like
if
real...
you match. I know.
This
That's what I thought today.
I like this less because I normally
You win
kick their
because
ass
you-
because
you think of something obscure.
Read my mind. Yeah.
You just put a pile of dirt wrapped in a turd. Lol, you never thought it counted.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that's the obvious answer.
right. So, if they will score points if they can think like you. Okay, so
Thinking like
if
that.
you want to help them, put things that you think they'll think. Does that make sense?
So it's actually like the thing that this isn't now.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing I went to see and the episode was on TV and I watched it and it was
Yeah. Sometimes we do for fun. What do we do it for other times? Because we have to. We're forced to do it.
I think mainly it's just to make me feel good because I kick your ass.
Not
today.
Keris, I did think that as I said it. I'm like, but that's the thing of my mouth, I guess, really. Anyway, so eyes down looking for a full drink.
Oh no, I can't. Still can't look at the chat, can I?
Can't look at the chat. You're going to have to put something. So, chat, you have to put something in there.
I'll look at Duncan dead in his cold, Christmassy eyes.
What if we write the same thing?
You
Hey,
do-
we might.
You might.
We might do, yeah. That happens.
Get nothing for a pair.
Not in this game.
Not in this game. Number 1. Jez had run out of mince pies because he'd eaten them all. This seems very reasonable and very accurate as well.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Alas, his cupboards were bare. He had to make a mince pie out of blank. Just happened to be lying around. Bits and pieces that are around in Jeremy's house. It might not have been the best mince pie, but he definitely was so desperate for a mince pie, he made it out of the things he could find around Jez's house. Jez had run out of mince pies because he'd eaten them all. So desperate for a mince pie, he made a pie.
Pile of dirt.
Oh, man.
Have you guys written something?
Yes.
Have you written something?
I've
Let's
written
just let-
something.
Right away. Now,
I'm now seeing some excellent answers in the chat and
drinkity drink,
realizing
drinkity
that
drink,
I've fucked this up.
drinkity drink, drinkity drink.
Yeah. I mean,
Drinkity drink,
yeah.
drinkity drink,
Drinkity drink.
drinkity
By the way, listening to that reminded me that we've got to get Keris back into our choir. Keris, you only came like once or twice. What's the deal, man?
It's
Like
that,
a candle in the wind.
It's that we have a child and she's only just back from choir when she would need to go to choir and it doesn't work out.
That's fine for me.
Things that
I don't
people
mind.
said.
I don't care if it's inconvenient for you.
What Jez made his mince pies out of. A pile of dirt wrapped in a turd, says Townsend. Piss eggs, says Will, classic. Beans, says H. Sports. I think it's very difficult to read that on that. Flies, also accepting mince fly, says Aletha. Flies is good because of the amount of flies you killed this year.
I have.
Big Japanese what's it thing, says Dr. Fruitbat. You might be right. Cat puke, says Keris. Dried fruit, says your father. Well, one of these might be right. I'm going to read it out and go to you, Jez, first. Jez,
Narrator.
you'd ridden...
They were not.
had run out of mince pies. You'd eaten them all. What did you make your pie out of?
Dog food.
Dog food.
Hey!
Dog food.
See, I didn't go for that because you haven't got a dog, so I went for
What did you go? You made out of?
cat turds.
Cat.
Ooh.
And turds were mentioned earlier in cat puke. I think I get 1.5 points.
I don't think.
Hold on. Let me check. 1.5? Fucking hell,
reckon.
mate. You're lucky to get half. What?
There was cat puke, and Tamsin said about
Let me check.
turd. She used the word turd.
Let me check. We can give you a point for turds.
Hey,
Floor
can I get
manager
one
says
Hang on,
yes.
It wasn't turds. It was wrapped in a turd.
Yeah,
There's a
turd.
turd.
There's a turd.
Turd.
The word
Turd.
turd. Come on.
Plenty of time to make
I
it
don't
up
think
in
cat
this
puke and cat. You know, I thought about what you've
famously
got in your
terrible
house, man.
game.
Right, I see how this is going.
1-0.
1-0.
I'll just drink instead.
Oh, by the way, I'm doing this. Look, I'm doing this. Harmstone's not watching, is he?
No, but
Harmstone's on holiday in somewhere.
I rewatched, just randomly rewatched Harmstone's thing in the
Chase.
The chase. I wouldn't have got caught. Anyway,
we all contractually nobody would contractually obliged to watch it on a kind of a rota so we can talk about
I don't know. I was looking in my files and just suddenly I was like, "What's this?" Clicked on it and it was that.
You kept it? I watched it. And
I didn't mean to know. It's just because wherever it's shared, it's just on my phone and hasn't been deleted.
Google
Yeah.
Drive. Yeah.
So yeah.
1-0, time to park the bus.
That's banging one early doors. Set up shop.
Shut up shop.
Shut up shop. Shit. Set up shop.
Set up shop. Then shut it
Shut
up.
up.
Set the shop
And then
up.
shut it up.
And then shut it up. Can't shut up something that doesn't exist. That's just shop talk. Right. Let's progress, please, to after 1 comes 2. Christmas crackers are getting worse every year, Duncan. You know that. Their jokes are bad enough, but they've replaced the toy with a blank. Christmas crackers are getting worse every year. The jokes are bad enough. But the toy, the one bit that you actually enjoyed, they've replaced the toy with a blank. Drinkity drink, drinkity drink.
See, this is where it's a mistake to go for the first thing that comes in your head when you're as suggestible
Christmas
as
crackers
I am.
getting worse every year, chat.
Oh man, that would have been a good
That's
answer.
a good one, but I've already finished writing.
Yeah.
If you haven't written, stop looking at the fucking chat. Mate.
I have written.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Right things.
No, I
You
went
got
for
a
my
match.
first. I went for my first answer and then instantly
I'm
regretted.
going to read it out again. Christmas crackers are getting worse every year. Their jokes are bad enough, but they've replaced the toy with write your thing. Drinkity drink, drinkity drink. If you want them to win, drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Oh dear. I'll read out what has been said. Tamsinaki says they'll replace it with an angle grinder. My God, how big is that fucking...
I do need an angle grinder.
Good news, I found it.
Oh,
When I went up in the loft.
Oh man, Jeremy's got a point. Who did this? Oh, Keris got it.
Piece of news. Mine is about a wanking walrus. Beans, says Hannah. I didn't hear the question, but beans. Complimentary sprout, said Dr. Fruitbat. Dried fruit, said your father. I'm going to change one of my answers.
wait, no, dildo.
Now, that's what I was going to write.
Legos, said Keris. Sounds like a good toy to find in there. Pepsi, says Will.
That's a good one.
Wait, no, dildo. Those are all interesting.
I was celebrating
answers.
the fact that I'm about to be the proud owner/borrower of an angle grinder, by the way, not because...
Oh, I thought it's because you had 1 point.
No, I genuinely need an angle grinder.
Oh, really?
If there is no cracker full of beans
angles
tonight,
aren't going to grind themselves.
I'll be very shocked. The thing about it, there probably would be such a thing if we had any effort made to put anything together for this show apart from this, which I wrote literally 2 minutes before. So no beans, I can tell you with some assurance.
I've made an effort. That's coming later.
That's true. Christmas crackers getting worse every year. Their jokes are bad enough, but they replace the toy with a...
Bauble/boob.
See, that's good. Could have said that. With a Magic the Gathering 20-sided die. I'd be really happy to get a Magic the Gathering 20-sided die.
I'd be all right with it, yeah.
I'd spin that
I don't
shit.
have enough of them.
Christmas
lack
crackers
of
getting worse every
imagination.
year. Their jokes are bad enough. They replace the toy with a
Cat
turd.
Yeah.
Doubling down, but no points for either person on this one.
Oh dear.
No
Yeah,
beans.
I regretted it because my first thought was dildo.
Surely I get a point because baubles are shaped like beans.
Anyone for tenuous? I like it, but I'm getting a shake of the head from
Right,
the Independent
I
Educator.
see how this game's going. Right, fine,
Oh,
yes.
goodness me.
Right.
Okay, question number 3.
Question number 3.
Christ on a bike, said Alex's brother Stephen, because picking Alex's father was too risky, as he bit into his figgy pudding. Instead of a threepenny bit, I don't know if they even put them in there anymore, he'd unwittingly bitten into a blank. Christ on a bike, said my brother Stephen as he bit into his figgy pudding. Actual quote. Instead of a threepenny bit, he'd unwittingly bitten... He'd unwittingly bitten into...
Please don't cut me swearing then. Just, that was it. I couldn't do anything.
I can't say anything.
You can. In blank to blank, you can get like a straight 6 sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christ on a bike said, "Have you?" I'm gonna read out what we've got here anyway. Dildo said, "I'm so glad I'm including my brother in this." Dildo said, "Will." Cat turd said Tamsin. Ah, fuck this, said Tom. A bean singular, says Hannah, and says Aletha. Critical hit. I just presume that was a reference to me writing this question. Maggot. My goodness me, says Mike. A copy of the Quran. I don't. What's this? What is this? A dog turd says Dr. Fruitbat. Big Japanese what's it thing. No wasabi flavour. Pope hat. Well, I'll tell you what the Pope hat is actually called after this, because that's going to derail it. But let me go to you. Christ on a bike said, my brother, is he bitten into the figgy pudding, but he'd unwittingly bitten into...
A dildo!
A dildo!
Points for Jez. Points for Jez.
I'm so upset because, Tamsin, didn't you write angle grinder the last 2 times? And then you changed it to what mine was. I can't believe this.
Did you write angle grinder?
I wrote angle grinder.
You bit into an angle grinder. That'd be amazing.
Because thinking something that'd hurt your teeth.
It would. It'd be if you bit into, if in your slice of Christmas pud, you just, it was a fucking angle grinder.
So annoyed.
What the fuck is this?
My brother would be unimpressed, I have to say. By the way,
That's 2 points, by the
I have
way.
to
One there and one there. Just keep it score.
What was the one higher up? Who was that?
Wheels dildo.
Oh,
You only
yeah.
get one.
Wildo.
You only get 1 point for you win it or you don't win it. You don't get, like, five.
No, I got a point
That's
from you
not how it
before.
works.
Okay, I'll let you off.
I have to say,
But,
normally they
Normally,
know
when
they
they're
all have
celebrities,
different.
you count them up. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
If
happy
they have
to
more
play it
than-
like that. The
No,
reason
you should get 2 points.
Okay,
for
cool.
2 of them.
The
Yeah.
only reason I say it is normally they never repeat each other. Normally everyone kind of like comes up with.
It's true, they do. Well, there are usually some.
No, but
True.
they all get a point normally for one answer,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
just
yeah, that's why.
So they will get multiple points normally.
Hmm.
Yes. So yeah.
Okay, cool, good. So 2 points, good. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. Don't know how my game works. So I'm really glad, by the way, when I wrote this, that I was thinking if I play for time long enough, Tom and Hannah might be in. Anyway,
If I get closer to 10 o'clock, and it's what is it, 7 a.m. in Japan?
something like that. Yeah. Number 4.
Eyes down, looking for a full dildo, probably.
Right. I'm not going to put anything that's said before. I'm just going to say that.
I might.
I might.
The BBC came under fire this year when, on Christmas Day, instead of broadcasting The Sound of Music, they unwittingly broadcast The Sound of Blank. I mean, God knows what it's going to be, but I have to say, these hastily written questions weren't very well thought out, but go fuck yourselves. The BBC came under fire this year on Christmas Day. Instead of broadcasting The Sound of Music, they accidentally showed little-known cinematic masterpiece, The Sound of Drinkity-drink, drinkity-drink. BBC came under fire this year on Christmas Day when, instead of broadcasting The Sound of Music, they accidentally showed The Sound of...
Oh, that's a good one, Karis. I realise that as we're saying this, that the chat isn't on the screen, so anybody watching this later doesn't know what's being said.
Oh, yeah. Can you not put... Oh, because you're...
It'd cover your face.
Oh.
I mean, we can put it there.
The Sound of
totally fine
Farting,
with it.
says Mike. The Sound of Farts,
There it
says
is,
Will.
Just cover you over.
That's not too bad.
Say some more things, guys. Cover him over.
The Sound of Farts, says Hannah. The Sound of Poo Sick, says Tamsin. The Sound of a Walrus Wanking. Nice, Karis. I like that one. The Sound of Farage. Fucking hell. Says Dr. Fruitbat.
This to hide Duncan's face, right? Let's see how many we've got.
The Sound of DGMS, says Elisa.
Yay! There it is. See you later,
The
Duncan.
Hills Are Alive. With the sound of wanking. Oh, that's what I sound like when I'm wanking. So, okay. The BBC came under fire this year when, instead of broadcasting The Sound of Music, they accidentally showed The Sound of...
Fuck Shed Store.
Man, how did I
Orson
not
Welles,
think of that?
Citizen Kane.
I really thought I was going to get a point for that one.
The Sound of Duncan.
The lovely Miss Debbie McGee. I don't know why. Herb. That was just the first thing that came into my head. Yeah, there was never a point in that one, was there?
So, am I right in
Imagine
saying,
if somebody else had said
Oh,
that.
I'm winning, yes.
as we
Jez
come
is
into
two-
the final,
2-1 up,
it's
yeah.
2-1.
But
It's
there's
like
how
a
many
book-
people watching. You can win as many points as there are people
Right.
watching.
That's true, yeah.
If-
Thank you.
If you're, yes, we're going to the final one now.
Have you written a tiebreaker?
No,
I didn't think you would.
no, I just,
I don't think we'll need a tiebreaker. Not with answers like the lovely Miss Debbie McGee.
you know, honestly, if it was up there, I'd give you the money myself. You know what I mean? Honestly, it'd be amazing. Captain Brilliant features in this one. Number 5. Get your writing fingers ready. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is a Christmas tradition. If you're lucky enough to be given it. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is a Christmas tradition, but naturally, being Captain Brilliant, he forgot the advocate. So he substituted the advocate with a blank instead. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is a Christmas tradition, but naturally, he forgot the advocate. Now, actually, advocate is in a snowball, so I've mixed up my stuff there. No, but it's Captain Brilliant's drink, so I don't give a fuck what it is. Basically, Captain Brilliant, much like this question, fucked up his own drink. And instead of adding the crucial ingredient, he added something rude. Just write it down. Drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is a Christmas tradition, but naturally he forgot the advocate. He substituted blank instead.
I realised I put another A. You already said A in your thing, so I don't need the A. I don't need the A.
No.
That's what she said.
So I'm glad because honestly, somebody could have scored big on this.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is
Even
a Christmas
going as far
tradition.
as Dr. Fruitback is the same as lots of other people.
But naturally, he forgot the advocate.
Jez needs a tissue for his answer, says Tamsin.
Uh,
That's a great line.
Scrabbling around, as he is wont to do, Captain Brilliant searching amongst the many things that he has in his house. He substituted blank instead. Egg knob, said
Scroll
Aletha.
up. Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, there's one there, yeah.
The first one.
Yes, Tamsin said spunk, which is a pretty straightforward and classic Captain Brilliant response to any situation. Egg knob, which is actually just a description of Captain Brilliant.
He looks like an egg.
Yeah, his face is an egg. He is a knob. I feel like I'm explaining it, but not unreasonably. Your father says sperm. Will says jizz. I love this. Mike's like, Reese's love juice. That's very specific. Beans, says Hannah. Dr. Fruitbat says custard. Dick Advocat. Is he a football player? Who's he play for?
That's a really good one.
He's a Dutch football manager.
Is that a real name? That would be wonderful.
I bet it's not Dick. I bet it's like Dake or something like that. Well, I'd love... And it's great because it's a substitute. Oh, my God. Guys, just wasted on everybody. Right. Let's go through it. So, Jez, it's 2-1. Feeling confident?
Very.
Yeah?
Because I've seen the answers and I've seen what I've written.
It's okay. I've got 2 points on this. How many have you got?
Well, we'll find out after this word from our sponsors. I really wish we had one right now. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is shit. Captain Brilliant's eggnog is a Christmas tradition, but naturally forgot the advocate. He substituted
a quart of jizz.
Hey! It's big points. There's a lot of points there. The man's definitely won because I put custard.
Custard.
I mean, I put catcher, but it almost looks the same as custard. Custard.
The Jizz Show. So how many points did you get there?
How many points
I
did
think there was 4. I think
1, 2, 3,
Reese's
4.
Love Juice, that's 4.
Dick Advocate, does that count?
Well, custard could as well, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah.
Especially if
I
you're dehydrated.
think 4 is
I think 12 points is
I think I've been... that's the drubbening
maybe
right
13.
now. Right?
I think 13 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing victory. That's why I knew we wouldn't need
unbelievable.
Incredible. Unbelievable, Jeff. Incredible.
Final score 15.
You'll remember those early halcyon
Final
days
score,
when Duncan was up 1-0 and we all thought, well, he's going to play a tight game. But Jez is a veteran. He's a veteran, a wily veteran.
So he knows the...
It doesn't matter what the format is, I will always win
yes.
in Drinkity Drink. And I will find the button and press it.
Drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Drinkity drink,
Should have
drinkity
parked the
drink.
bus. I should have parked the bus.
Drinkity drink, drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Drinkity drink.
Stop the count. Stop the count.
Should have parked the bus. Oh, man.
What a world.
Oh, man. Do you know, when we were in Zurich, it got late and we come back and we were like, well, I think it was our last night in Zurich. And we'd done everything. The next day we were flying and we're like, there's no real need. We've got to get up early, so we don't want to go out too late. And plus, we've been spending quite a lot on the holiday. And one last night of spending double our money on fucking cocktails was not on the card. So instead, we watched whatever they had on the telly, which was Aldershot versus Stockport, second round FA Cup replay.
Mate, that's amazing. Who won?
It was Aldershot, I think. I think Aldershot went through, I'm pretty sure.
All the shots went through.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Aldershot's, which was, I think, just one shot.
See, Jeremy's answer for that would have been Aldershot my load, and he'd have got 6 points for
That's true. That's true. Yes, so I know I'm not a huge fan of football, but I'm like, do you know what? I'll stick this on, a bit of Aldershot stuff. I mean, they're in the fucking... I had to look up the league structure to find out how far down the league
I
structure
couldn't
they
tell
were.
you. Where are they?
They're in the national... Well, one of them's in the National League and one of them's in the one above, the English Football League, whatever
League
it is.
Two.
Three. 3, 2,
League
yeah,
Two.
2.
League Two, and then the National League.
League
I
Two.
just
They're
said
the
a
top of the
word
National League
hoped.
and the top of the League Two.
It is hilarious that our League One is the third tier of English football.
It is a bit confusing because it goes
It
Premier.
never used to be difficult.
It
right?
wasn't difficult.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4.
And now come on, baby,
Money's
say
got a
you
lot
love
to
me.
answer for.
Yes, Premier, Championship,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 National, North and South. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's the National League and then National. I don't know what they
Fuck
call. They used to be
me.
called the Conference, and I lose track. And then you got
Oh, no,
so
we've
National
lost
League
Jez.
and then National.
We
North
start
and
talking
South.
about. We start talking about football, and we've lost Jez. Mind you, it's not unreasonable to have someone fall asleep when I describe the structure of the football league.
like even
Wake
if you're
up, Jez,
interested in
we'll
football,
we'll
this
stop
is boring.
talking about
Isn't
football.
it a tradition for you to watch a random sport in a hotel? Didn't you watch like AEW All In the last time you were
Oh
away in a
yeah.
hotel?
I did. Yeah, it was good. Quick, go to sports with no relegation.
I almost did fall asleep then. Very tired.
Right, that was great.
Now, Duncan and probably some other people wanted to put some things in the sea.
Yeah.
And being as he is our guest, we should ignore him and immediately move on to another segment. Right?
Any chance to
How
put
this
things
works.
in the sea? Listen, I want to kind of go and get a gin and tonic because I've run out of this. And
That's fine. Duncan can talk for a bit.
Yes,
can
I'm just
talk.
saying, if you wouldn't mind, then
And we'll do it.
I'll
In
let
that
you-
case, as he just fucks off, he could have done it while I was.
I've got something
playing
to put in the
video.
sea that's not even that thing as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
well, in that case, let's go to the segment. Get in the sea.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
I love that so much. Makes me so happy. I'd want them to have your faces though.
Yeah, I mean, they have specifically drawn faces for us. I did make them look like us-ish.
Oh.
Hence why we were able to give out separate puppets
Ah.
when for DGMS 100.
Man, I should have paid more attention. I'm just looking and being happy with the whole song and
My
everything.
daughter especially can tell the difference between the Jez puppet and the Alex puppet because she cares about the Jez one and
and then
isn't so bothered about the
yeah,
Alex one.
flushes the other one down the
That's
toilet.
not true. It's the other way
Where it
around.
ends up in the sea. Do you know what I want to put in the sea?
What?
Since it's a Christmas episode, Christmas socks.
They're not Christmas socks, but
No,
I got
but
them for.
I want to
not-
be very specific
for not
about
Christmas, actually.
which Christmas socks. Right? I love Christmas socks. I've got about 40 pairs so that I wear a different pair of Christmas socks every day leading up to Christmas.
So you're going wading, is what you're saying.
So I'm going wading. No, I tell you what I really hate is these Christmas socks because look how Christmassy they are.
Oh yeah, that is a waste of space.
They're not, right? Because the Christmassy bit is on the bottom. Why? Why? I can't go to somebody, oh yeah, look, people say to me, oh, are you, like on Saturday at the concert, which was very good, by the way. Thank you to everyone who came along. It was marvellous. I was sitting there and it was all in black and people would be like, Duncan, why aren't you wearing something Christmassy? You're normally really Christmassy. And I'd be like, look at my socks. And they were super bright red, like Father Christmas outfit socks. And they looked amazing. They might have even like been like Father Christmas one side, his wife the other side, and you click them together. Anyway,
You know, she's her own person.
I know she's not. She's
like,
only
you
defined
can't-
by
she's
him.
You can't define.
But look, what is the point of putting a design of a Christmas sock on the bit that you walk on? There is nothing else Christmassy
Well,
about.
so that you
I
can-
put these on this morning just so I could go on about how annoyed I was about today.
Now, can I ask? I know because I was busy making this.
Could I ask you to give me some mouse space for this
Yeah.
segment?
So poorly designed,
Yeah, good idea.
poorly designed.
Is it just these socks?
Just these and all other Christmas. I've got a few other pairs that I saw because you see them on the little thing, and all you see is that. So you're like, oh, I'll buy those Christmas socks. They look nice. No, caveat emptor, right? Because what might happen is it's right on the bottom. What is
that
the
where
point?
Ewoks come from?
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, you don't know what's going to happen. You think you're going to be setting up a array for a Death Star, but it turns out that that's just really easily shut down by a small team of people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can I just say, when I heard you talking and I went off to get this gin and tonic, 'cause it
Yeah.
just felt like pouring it out of a can because who gives a fuck? I thought you were talking about all Christmas socks.
You see, I was lulling you into a false sense
We're
of
ready
security.
to just dive in and smash him over the head with a whiskey bottle. It's like, you're not Duncan!
No, I love Christmas socks. I really do.
Stifle him, smother him with a don't get me started pillow.
Imposter!
No,
you can't live like this.
No, I'm wearing Christmas pants and everything. Look at these. Look at them. Even the
He's
penguins
doubling
wearing.
down on this getting fired thing, isn't
I
he?
know, right?
Even the penguins wearing a little Christmas hat. But yeah, what is the point in Christmas socks where you have to
Or any socks where the design is on the
right?
sole.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but what I mean, it really makes me
What is the
angry.
point of these socks?
What is the point of these socks? I need these socks to go in the sea,
What is the
although
actual
not until I
design?
get home.
'Cause you
I
keep-
don't even know. I can't see it. You tell me.
I think it's a snowman.
Snow-
It's just, I like
Look,
that.
and it's upside down. So if I want to look at it, they're falling to their deaths
Yeah.
head first. Look at that.
Even for us, they're upside down.
Can
so
I
Right.
say-
So I have to bend my foot round like this. I still can't see them the right way up. These are the most
brilliant. This is
These are
amazing.
the most stupid
Duncan,
socks.
you know how we're all sitting around like this, and you might sit with your right leg or left leg crossed over it.
Yeah.
We would enjoy the socks. And isn't Christmas the true time of giving to other people?
Not entirely. Not 100%.
We will benefit. I can see them.
Yeah, but they're upside down for you.
But I think the design is lovely, and it's nice to see them on your feet. You know, with let he who is without sock cast the first foot, as they say in your religion.
Yeah.
Feet are wrong.
He's currently playing the role of the devil's dick advocate.
I certainly am a dick advocate.
No, these socks are hellish. Okay. And if they successfully go in the sea, what I'm going to do is get every pair of these and go and throw them in the sea. Because they can actually do it.
Is this like socks for flirting with people behind you in church who like Christmas while you're kneeling? Listen,
Yeah, but you'd have to take your shoes off. So it's only going to work in a mosque.
As someone who, very good, as someone who flirted with girls in church, trust me, you don't need to wear specific socks for that. So
Just turn up and not be weird.
yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
That's where I went wrong.
And by the way, there were plenty of other people you've already mentioned already, who definitely went to the church and were weird.
Yeah.
So back of the net is what I said. Anyway, now do Martin Yole.
Anyway, yes. Let's be very specific about this so that when Harmstone goes through the VOD and puts it in the spreadsheet at a later date, socks where the design, for some stupid bullshit reason, is on the sole of the sock. Get in the fucking sea.
I'm so pleased. That's been in me for years.
Yeah.
I haven't worn these socks for years.
Oh,
but
these are not socks you got this year, like last week.
No, I've had these for years. I haven't worn them.
He's been
I put
waiting
them
for
on
this
this
day.
morning.
They had one use.
I put them on this morning. Yeah, the only good thing about them was to
When you put them, can I
all
ask,
their kind in the
when
sea.
you put them on this morning, were you like, son
I
of a
really
fuck?
was.
Was it like,
I
can you
really
just
was.
give me an
'Cause I'll
idea
tell you
of-
what happens every year. I've got all my socks. They're in a big bag. Obviously, everything's all nicely separated, so Christmas is easy.
Yeah.
So I've got a big bag of Christmas underwear.
where is that? Is that in the bottom of your wardrobe?
No,
or is it up
it
in
goes
the,
with all the Christmas stuff in the
loft? Oh, okay, right, yeah, cool.
So it comes out end of November.
Do you
And-
have to re-wash the stuff when it comes out of the loft?
Because it's been in
I
the
have
loft.
to do that with my Christmas
No,
jumpers.
Is
it
it
never
not like
really
lofty
seems. So my
and t-shirt?
yeah,
That
no,
attic smell?
none of it. Like this has been in the
Yeah.
loft.
Maybe I need a better...
Okay. Do you know what? You're too...
Better box.
okay.
Smell me.
Yeah, actually, that smells all right.
Yeah,
That smells nice. It smells
a
like
year
you
in the
actually,
loft.
Duncan.
A year in the loft. A loft in the loft sits Croft. Shut up, Croft.
It's not a year, is it?
Guys.
11
He is
months.
soft.
Well, it's not even 11 months for you because you start really early. It's like...
I didn't start
3
really
weeks.
early this year, actually. I only got my Christmas stuff out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mad, isn't it? It's normally earlier, but I had loads of stuff to do, so there wasn't a good weekend.
That
That's
poem
great.
you read, by the
That's
way,
a bit
was
of a humble
one
brag there, Duncan, but there you go.
was one of Mrs.
Easy.
Burville's favourite poems.
Mrs.
Mrs.
yes,
Bur- yeah,
I
she
know.
just
This
went
is why I
banged on
remember
about
it.
it. Fucking hell.
That's why I remember it.
Can I just jump in with something that I want to put in the sea? And
Yeah.
I didn't have this until you started talking about the socks, and it's not
Okay.
at all related, but it did trigger this in me about something Christmassy that I fucking can't stand. Do you want to guess what it is?
Something Christmassy.
Something that comes out at Christmas, I'll narrow it down a little bit for you. A decoration that I will see walking, driving the streets.
I think
cannot stand.
I think it's gaudy streetlights.
No,
house lights.
I love gaudy
Oh, okay.
gaudy
Because
house
I used
lights
to hate them, but I really
because
love them.
there's someone else's electricity, and
Oh, yeah, good point,
it doesn't
yeah.
bother me. And they're mostly LED now.
Christmas light
Doesn't cost
shades.
very much at all. I I do, but that's because they're light shades.
Christmas lights.
I hate those fucking stupid half Santa leg things that people stick out of windows.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot stand them. And I've
What, like
historically...
he's coming through the window or something?
Yeah, like he's coming through the window and somebody shut the window on him. And it's like,
Does it
oh.
move? Because sometimes they move.
Sometimes they have...
Like the legs in
or
a
something.
chimney upside
Yeah.
down.
Now,
Are they
it
the
would
same
be
thing?
funny if it was sticking out of the boot of someone's car. I think I'd find that quite amusing.
But yeah, I mean, on its own, it's bullshit. But then the whole notion that he's coming through the window...
Yeah. No, that's
Oh,
offensive.
yeah.
That's,
They probably can't put it in their chimney. Either they haven't got one or it's hard to reach. And they're like, I'll stick him in the window. I'll stick him in the window.
Right, then
If it was sticking
just get a big
legs
chimney
first.
pot thing from B&Q or something, put it in the
your
front
front lawn.
garden.
Yeah, that's fine.
Boom.
Or if they did put it up on the roof, sticking out of the chimney, I'd be totally fine with that
Yeah.
too. But like, just a squashed
Lazy.
half a Santa sticking out of a window, fuck off,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
basic twat.
What I was thinking about the other day is that maybe we should go around, we pick something we hate and we go around like, making a video about it, and we should go
We
around.
should just go for a
Yeah.
walk and do a live.
Like, what
get
the
in
fuck
sea.
is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really should do that.
This is bullshit.
Man, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
People can come up to us. What are you doing? It's like, and we can tell them exactly.
Yeah.
Whilst
Man, we could
criticising them.
completely rebuild Bouverie Place with that kind of attitude.
I know, right?
Man, it's just a square, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a cube.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great shout.
So yes,
Yeah.
single
I hate
legged.
those things.
All the single legs.
Oh, the single legs.
All the single legs.
Yeah.
Put your legs up.
Santa sticking out of windows is probably the best way of saying it. Get in the sea.
I don't really have anything to put in the sea. I really wish I did. You guys got some really good ones. I'm trying
Mate,
to think
my
of a
next
Christmas.
one's...
Oh, you got another one?
honestly, yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch! This is amazing.
I mean, this isn't even the one that Duncan prepared. And
Oh,
sent
Yeah,
shit,
this
me.
was
me a
just the one that
picture
I
for.
thought, you're out of the room, I wanted to keep it going. I wanted you to see this one.
Oh, okay.
So...
Oh, Alifa said Royal Mail.
Oh, we were having a good chat about this before.
Was this because you want to have him do an email?
It's not. No, it's about the
Okay, so what is the
honestly,
Royal
stamps
Mail?
are so
The
expensive.
price of stamps. Yeah.
Oh,
It is mad how expensive they are. And I understand, like, someone's got to take the stuff, but I don't think that they feel in any way commensurate with
Here's the thing, though.
inflation.
I send a lot of parcels with Royal Mail.
Yeah,
The price of parcels is absolutely fine.
you're right.
But
So
then,
it's just a letter.
But then proportionately, letters and large letters is stupid money.
Yeah.
Like, comparatively. I can send something like this size and 2 kilos for like a £5, which is totally reasonable.
Well, can I suggest something? If you want to, and I've mentioned this before, but at the risk of repeating myself because it's still funny, if you want to get your stamps for cheap from WH Smith's, you can pick up some stamps and put them in a letter and post them to yourself with one stamp through the post office that's within the...
So you steal 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or anything you want.
But
Because-
I don't think you can just pick them up
No,
anymore.
they're
You
in
have
the
to ask
till.
someone
Oh,
for
well, that
them.
is a problem.
Yeah.
In which case, get something else that's more expensive. Like,
Go in there with a ladder,
Yes.
and then when you get to the counter, just smash it through the glass,
yes,
take their
hit the
stamp,
star.
yeah, that's
leave
amazing.
the ladder behind and walk out.
Yeah, nobody will say a word.
No, because you've got a ladder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes. Also, earlier this year, they stopped bothering to send post abroad and your father to pick his birthday postcard up in person from Japan. Wait,
What do you mean they don't send them
I
abroad?
think
You
they were
couldn't-
fobbing you off there, Aletha.
I was wondering why you didn't send that. I just thought you hadn't sent it.
Yeah, I've sent plenty of things abroad, including to Japan. So, yeah, they fobbed you off.
Yeah, I'm confused.
So how
by
much
that.
is it? How much is it for 8 stamps now? Because I know we brought it the other day.
75p a stamp, so it's £6 for 8 stamps.
75p
75p.
That's
for a
second
stamp.
class as well.
That's
not even
second
first
class.
How
yeah.
much was it before then? What's that gone up from? I mean, 75p seems reasonable to me. I don't have a problem with this, but
I
like,
remember when a second class stamp was 20 pence.
Yeah, I
actually,
remember.
now I'm
And a first
beginning
class
to
stamp
remember this.
was 27 pence.
Like that's a bit. It's definitely gone up
Yeah, it
way
really
more than
has
most
gone
other
up.
things.
Back when I was being a massive
Oh, hello.
nerd.
Whoa, whoa,
nerdy
whoa! Loads
philatelist.
of subscriptions. Now, is that subscription? That
Did someone
feels-
just throw some?
I feel
gifts?
that's an anonymous
That looks like a
gifter.
gift bomb. Yeah.
Let's see if I
Gift
can see it
bomb,
on here.
gift
You will be able to see it
bomb.
on there. That's
Right.
a useful bit of.
Anonymous
Let's see. It
gifter.
just says anonymous. Yes.
Yes.
5.
The
I didn't get one.
5. What are you waiting for? Thank you very much, anonymous Christmas gift subscriber.
I'm
giver.
going to run out of batteries, so what I'm going to do is put my brightness down and see if that saves some.
some anonymous things.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Anonymous Will.
I went to the post office and there was a massive sign that said because their computers failed, they couldn't send anything abroad.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, well, this is your problem, Aletha. Why are you going to the post office?
Yeah, come on now.
Like, do it online. It's cheaper as well.
Everything, you brought this up before.
Yeah. It's cheaper to send it online, and then you can just yeet it at them through the glass.
It's cheaper to yeet
once you've broken the ladder.
Aletha.
It's cheaper, Aletha.
So, are we putting Royal Mail in this?
Yeah, I mean, I want to.
I don't know. Then
I don't
there's this
want
part
to.
of me that doesn't want to.
The price of a stamp? We could put that
We can
in.
put the price of
price
a
of
price
a
of a
fucking
stamp.
stamp.
That's a bit
yeah.
more curmudgeonly, and I'm all about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially at this time of year when you have to post so much.
Yeah.
It's almost like they put the prices up just before Christmas, put it down again after Christmas. That's the way I'd do it if I was Royal Mail.
Yeah. The price
Why
of
do I
a
bother being
stamp.
anonymous?
Get in the sea.
I like it. I like it, Will. I think you being anonymous is it's a tradition.
Do you know,
But only if you wear the mask. And like hack.
when you used to
bank
get
or something.
anthologies of poetry and read them, like you'd have to do them for school or something, and it would say at the bottom, anon. And I spent years thinking this guy's written a load
I've
of
done
poems.
so many, yeah. I did the same.
Done so many poems.
Man, this guy's prolific.
Okay, now, Duncan, is the time to introduce your picture.
Yeah, so I want to put in the sea Christmas house lights.
Okay.
Jez, roll the first picture. So this is my house. This is my house now.
That's your house?
This is my house, right? And I was up a ladder and I put those lights up. And what you might notice is that there are lights there.
I
I love
that.
Right. Let me just
Can I say
again. I'm being very specific.
now? Can I discuss with this just now?
Yes.
It's that first thing that I can see.
Wow,
one long
Duncan's
icicle.
house is talking.
Hello, I'm Duncan's house.
Do you know-
I wish he didn't live here. He's such a cunt.
I tried to. I tried to.
You
take
wait
it from
till
a
you
place
see
that
what's
would
been written in his back garden.
be quite indistinguishable. But I reckon you could work if you knew what street I worked on. You could definitely find me from that picture.
It's quite hard, but I'm sure you'll see what he's written there. Oh, there it is.
That's what you can
Think of
see.
the real estate.
Thing is, right, even worse about that Duncan is a sea picture
Dots.
is that it's taken from my own tower.
I know, right?
Right, so you could see, right,
Was that one long
That
icicle?
wasn't, no, that's my drain pipe.
Oh, could you make that Christmassy or something? Come on.
I could, and maybe we'll do that. But
Yeah, listen.
so if you look at,
Sloppy.
if you see this picture, right, you see this, and you can see the icicles going across the drain pipe, the guttering at the top, right?
Yes, very well
now,
done.
what I thought so. Now, what happens is where the drain pipe hits the guttering there, which you can see on the left of the picture.
Yes.
There's a wire that comes from there behind the guttering and in through the window at the top, very first window.
Oh, yeah.
It plugs into a room upstairs. Now, annoyingly, it's got an on-off button that gets switched completely off every single time you unplug it or switch it off.
Okay.
Right. But that's fine because you can just press the button to turn back on.
Sure.
Right. So, where would you put that button?
Where would I put the button?
Where would you put the button to like turn it on and off?
At the top.
But whereabouts?
Well, like on the
You mean, where would I physically put the
where
button
would you
after
physically
installing?
put it? But like no, as in
On the
so-
control?
no, so where would you put the button on the lead that goes from the lights to the plug?
Oh, near the plug.
Maybe near
Near
the plug.
right? Near the plug. That's where you put the button, right?
Yeah.
So I think these lights deserve to go in the sea. Show the first picture first. Show the first picture because and then will this go over the top?
Hello, I'm
Won't it?
Duncan's house. I have no problem with where the thing is.
Imagine if the button was here. That's where the button is.
That was some slick
It
shit,
is.
guys.
It is at most 12 inches from the end light.
I mean, you wish it was 12 inches.
Right. 12 like that much, 12 inches, right?
I hope that pointy arrow thing is also part of your decoration.
Mate, I wish it was. It
You
might
put
as
that
well
up
be with
later
a
and took
big
a
sun.
picture of it.
Oh, honestly. So this would be fine. So what it is, you press it and you hold it and it turns green to say that these lights will last for 6 hours. Well, 6 hours isn't enough. It starts getting
It's
dark
not a
at
very
4.
long time, no.
No, starts getting dark at 4. You want your decorations
I'd
to
buy
run
some
into
new
the-
lights, mate.
Right, it's too late. They're already up. We didn't discover this until I'd already put them up. And we suddenly were like, because we checked it. We checked it while it was all plugged in and just didn't really think, well, this is
The
going to be...
distance between the plug.
So they're actually at the end of the rope.
They're at the end, but at the wrong end. They're at the light end instead of the plug end. So when we were doing other lights and I accidentally by the way, I've then put the ladder, and my ladder. I've got 2 ladders. I've got a really, really good ladder and a kind of precarious one that I use for doing stuff around the house. Well, that was out because, as you know, I've been painting inside my house recently. So I was like, well, we'll use that one because it's already out, right? So I've put that away,
right,
and locked up, and then.
So is this what it looks like? And I'll show
plug on the far end.
This is the plug.
Yeah.
Those are your string of lights.
No. So the plug, and then you get the plug.
You can't see this, but appreciate I'll show you.
You get the plug. Is there a back to this?
Yeah.
So I'll turn these over. So here.
Did you check them once?
Here,
Did you check them twice?
Here's the plug, right? Here's a plug. Let's do a plug. It's got 3 prongs on it. That's how you know it's a plug. I don't know if you can see this.
Well, not if you're in America.
I thought this was American.
I'm not. So then you get a really long wire that then goes to
the first
the hanging things that are all shiny. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
You're going to see this.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Right? Sparkle, sparkle. I'm a very good artist.
You can get quite close to that.
So here's the oh man,
he won't hear you, but I'll tell you. Here's the plug.
Goes all the way around.
Goes all the way around.
Here's the lights.
Here's the lights.
Now, where you want the switch to turn them on and off.
Where you want the switch to turn them on and off.
Is here.
Is
That's
there.
where you want them, right?
But instead.
Is up here.
It's over there.
So the switch.
Is outside.
Is outside. On the roof.
Up on
the switch is on the roof. As a result, when I was doing some other stuff and accidentally tripped the main fuse in my house, it turned them off. And do you remember that I said that when it turns them off, you have to physically press the button to turn them back on again? I've already put my ladder away. We've tried cleaned everything. It's gone.
He's already gone to Thorpe Park and left his ladder.
I've already gone there. Yeah. So then we were like, those aren't working, and we suddenly realised that we'd already got annoyed at it by this point. By the way, I was already like, this is a stupid place to put this thing. So I am so annoyed. I don't think I've ever been personally influenced by such bad design in my entire life.
Duncan, how do you say that in French? Which bit in French? The whole thing.
Okay, le plug.
Le plug.
No, it's la plug. Sorry,
French.
La plug. A pray pas de la. Well, I can't speak French, by the way.
I feel like
I used to do French, didn't I? That's why he said that. Personally. I only did those ones you saw, and I still can't speak French. Better at German.
It could be la plug if it wants.
Yeah, they could still hear. The thing I would say, Will, is that these are kind of dynamic, pokey into the straight bit of it, so we don't tend to hear people when we go.
Yeah, no, when we go away from.
But like, obviously, Duncan's quite
hear.
I've got the loudest voice. Yeah. So yeah,
we've also got this mic as well. That might be.
Well, Keris, that's honestly how very stereotypical of you.
That's what I said. Can identify how it wants. It's 2023.
So it is. I've never seen such thoughtless design. Like
but these are designed for outside.
Yeah, these are outside.
I would write a letter.
Outside lights. Well, I don't even know where we got them.
I'm just trying to work out how you would possibly install them with that button being in a useful place.
You can't. Unless you install them indoors, which you can't. Because when they're out, they're supposed to hang off guttering. Yeah. That's the point. They're supposed to be on your roof.
It can have girl prongs. That sounds sexy.
It's just, I've never known anything like it. I've never known,
He's never known anything like it.
I've never had anything to write home about.
Therefore, this is nothing to write home about.
Right. So I cannot believe that somebody thought, oh, we'll stick it at that end. It blows my mind that I nearly have sworn like 5 times during this, and I'm really having to hold back. I have told, since putting these lights up a few nights ago, I have told everyone I've seen about them. I am so incensed about that. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I get annoyed having to like reach down and turn on and off the plug to turn off.
That's annoying enough.
But yeah,
I'm annoyed that there's.
Can I just cover something?
There's a couple of lights that we've got in our house that naturally turn on in a flashing mode, and I don't really like the flashing ones. I just want the lights to be on, and that's it.
It's just
and you have to cycle through 7 settings to get to the one.
7 settings away.
But at least they're in the room when I want to change them.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is this just an on-off switch that's in the wrong place?
So
Could you tape that down and plug it in?
No, it's not an on-off switch. It's like a button that you have to depress. It's like a little rubber button that you have to depress. If you hold it down,
You
for
do
3
sound
seconds,
depressed.
Right.
Yeah,
I have your solution.
I mean, yeah,
Remove the switch and just splice the wire together,
yeah.
and then just control it with the plug.
Now that is the answer, unless
That sounds like you're
oh,
going to
no,
burn your
she's all
house
right.
down.
Yeah, but then these are outdoor lights, and you're going to have to be very careful with.
That's okay.
You can
Just
get
get
out-
some
you can-
insulating
you can
tape.
get
Yeah,
outdoors.
I did, by the way. We put like a net of lights around a tree, like inspired by your old Christmas tree that used to be over there.
Yeah.
Inspired by the desktop monitor that sits in the corner.
Forlornly.
And
Very festive.
and accidentally sort of broke one of the connections, and I did repair that with some electrical tape and stuff, and that's going to be outside. So, yeah, I'm not saying it can't.
What
be
you
done.
need is a drone.
I need a drone to go
I'll
up.
do it.
Several drones
Push into it. And,
hovering around outside your house.
Yeah.
It's all coming back around.
I know.
Very self-referential, this show today.
The firefighters will use his diagram to point out where the fire started. I think you'll find it was here. That's a firefighter stick that they use. That's an official firefighter stick.
Yeah. It does look like one of those. Like
I've never
hands on
burnt a
stick.
house down before, so you know.
That's a good joke.
This is weird. My mum is currently messaging me, trying to convince me that I need a stuffed toy toucan that repeats everything you say. She said, it can repeat everything Alex B. Chattin says. And now Alex is repeating everything Duncan says.
I like a toucan because it's got 4 of the same letters as my name.
I was reading that. Sorry if I missed your incredible joke.
I
A
think
10 out of 10 for execution,
I
Joe.
think I missed it, to be honest. I've forgotten what it was. But yes, okay. How would you like to describe this for the spreadsheet, Duncan? Because I'm at a loss.
Incompetent
Lighting design?
incompetent
Light
light
switch
switch design.
design.
I don't know, because that feels too. I can't think. Yeah, we're going to need.
Cunty lights.
Putting the switch for a light.
In the least convenient place.
That works, yeah.
Putting a switch for a light in the least convenient place.
Let's
Solution.
put them in the sea and let them fry
Poor
all the
switch
dogs.
placement.
Electricity in the sea won't mix with those dogs.
It's fine. You can't switch it on, so there's no,
They're
no
okay.
power going to it.
That's okay. Thank God for that.
Hmm.
Wow, that was a good one. That was a good one. I like that one.
Honestly, I'm so glad to
Talk
have
about
got the sock thing and all
Schadenfreude.
these things
Loving your misery from your socks to your guttering. It's not a Merry Christmas.
off. Well, it is now because it's all. I've unburdened myself,
Mm,
and also it's switched on now, and we're just going to make sure we don't trip the electrics or anything. So
Can't
yeah,
wait.
we've done
Come round
everything.
to Duncan's house and
If
go
the
to his
fates
fuse box
allow.
and turn it off. It's the first thing I'll do. Where's your toilet? Is this it? Junk. Ah, sorry. And put it back on.
I love this shit so much. I
Just
love
a
this
shoddy
shit so much.
extension that made it trip the first time. That's in the sea now, or in the bin. But you know, these days, who knows? It'll probably end up in the sea.
Probably, yes.
Have we got anything else to put in the sea? We've got the ones we said.
Does
Royal
anyone
Mail
on
thing.
the on the
No, I don't
chat-
know if we had anything else.
Only the Royal Mail one.
Shout now if we didn't.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think we saw anything. I think we missed it. So I think we might be concluding. I really want to think of something that will piss me off. That
Something Christmassy.
something Christmas.
that
I tell you
gets
the thing
your
that
goat.
I mean. I don't care about it now. But the thing that used to piss me off more than anything else was Landau Sport has a speaker that they play.
Oh, the loudest speaker in
The
the
loudest
world.
speaker ever. They've decided to put outside, not in their shop,
Hey!
but they just put it outside their shop, just in the pavement kind of bit, playing music, but just so obnoxiously loud. It's not like "Oh rest ye merry gentlemen." It's not like a little thing. It's like "Go fuck yourself."
Oh,
Christmas."
that really nice, distortingly loud.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
just too loud for the speaker. Too much. And every year, I always remember, and this was worse, obviously, when I was living above Chambers, and
Hello, Ellie.
I basically could hear it across the road, which really is too fucking loud. Like I'm in my own front room watching TV and all I can hear is fucking Landau. But I have to say, I don't know whether Landau still did it. I really wanted one day, although I never did this, just to go along with some scissors and cut the fucking wire. Because that would be game fucking over.
That would-
for you, yeah, because you get an electric shock.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Ellie. Nice to see you.
Queue jumpers. There are jumpers you can buy to wear in queues.
I love that.
Sign me up.
So I presume, are you talking like with a Christmas specific bent? Because I come at this from a different angle.
The back of the queue, hopefully.
The back of the queue, always. I'm a good queuer.
We were in the Lint factory.
Yes.
I believe this is what's on Aletha's mind.
Okay.
And there's a bit at the end of the whole tour where they have they have a whole kind of bit where they're teaching you how to make a chocolate thing. Although there's nobody working in that bit of the factory, and those bits weren't tumbling back and forth. Eventually, they make the chocolate. It goes into a little ball, like a Kinder Egg ball, and then it's on a computer screen, and it's just a video of it, and it rolls towards it. Then it rolls out into the real world, as it were, on a Rube Goldberg kind of device where it spins around all this stuff like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then it goes towards a guy who is just an image on a screen, and he repeats picking it up from the thing, and then he's got it in his hand, and he drops it. He opens it, finds the sweet, and drops it, which is a long unnecessary process.
Sounds fucking pointless.
And eventually, it's so pointless, right? I was so flustered I didn't manage to film it. So it is a bit like that, and then it comes out at the bottom, and then it drops into a tray, and the kid goes, "Oh my god!" But I have to say, as much as the Lindt Chocolate Tour was fucking incredible, this bit was too much, basically. And essentially, it's a bit of a bottleneck. When we got there was about 10 people in front of us. By the time we'd stood around watching for one person...
I'm not surprised it's a bottleneck with the length of what you just described. Oh, come on.
Yeah, right. Eventually,
the gift shop.
It dropped down, and then another 20 people are behind us, and we're like queuing up, and everyone's in like groups of families, but they're all queuing up in a pretty neat way. And there's even an employee there whose job is just to say, "I have chocolate in a bag. If you don't want to wait for this bullshit, I'll just give you some chocolate." So then I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll have some chocolate," and I'll step out of the queue. And those people, "Yeah, we'll just have the chocolate." We don't need to see the whizzy thing.
The magic of video.
Which is really only good for kids, right? And then just as Aletha did want to do it, she wanted to watch the thing go down, and it was pretty cool. And it come towards the image of the chocolatier who like looks at it in wonder. "Oh, what might it be? Chocolate." Drops in, stuff like that. And just as she was edging in towards it behind the family, so it's a family approaching the device, the console, and then it's her. And then this couple kind of came past, and they started like moving up,
sidling
in, just like, just kind of slowly in slow motion, kind of racing along the machine side, as it were. And I admit there's a clump that's forming, but it's really clear to see that really they should be behind me, and then probably behind the next person as well. They managed to skip past somebody else as well, and I was just like, "I'm not having this. I'm not fucking having this." And I was like gently signaling to Aletha, like, "You're going to need when these people depart, you're going to need to be in there to receive your turn." And just as it all happened, this woman made probably this amount of motion to move forward. At which point, I touched her on the arm and I said, "There's a queue here." And then the guy she was with went, "Oh, there's a queue," like that in it.
I didn't know.
That
the
he's
very
in.
obvious queue.
And he went, "Oh, there's a queue," like either between. I want to be confused, but he can't land the confusion because it's stupid. So he kind of says, "So he kind of like, oh, there's a queue," like it was. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah.
And by that point, they've both like stopped, and then she goes in and does it, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's a queue." And then we went and got our stuff, but I was just like, "Fuck me." By the way, it's just a bit of fun, man. It's just a bit of chocolate.
Yeah.
We've been eating loads of chocolate on the tour. But yeah. And the chocolate had nuts in it. Yeah, which I ate.
Well, that's your own fault for being allergic to nuts, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't be allergic to nuts. It's quite easy.
By the way, Ellie said, "Who are you?" to me, which is a very legitimate question since I'm not normally here. We, I think, along with many other people, at some point conversed on one of Alex's streams, I think. When
Let's press these buttons. Maybe that will clear things up.
And I was, there you go.
Oh,
no, she knows who they are, but this is me.
We've got another picture that explains about Duncan.
If you want to know who I am, this is right.
Hang on, let me put
So
wait.
Hold on, I'm
Oh, there we go. That explains everything.
There we go. So now you know.
And
All the info. That's all the
and
information.
he lives here.
Yeah, that's where I live.
At
So
the
if
top
you want to, I live where the arrow is. I have to sit there in case the lights
This is
go
Duncan
off.
the Singer. You used to have a stream, didn't you? You used to play Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and talk French.
Yes,
and
I
would
used to do
occasionally be
that
on my
and do
stream for singing.
I did used to do lots of singing as well.
Did you continue with the French?
No, I
that's
did
why
those
he
streams
tried-
and
did
then
you-
never did it again.
That's disappointing.
Really, it would have been more sensible for me to have started and continued with German, since I have a really good base knowledge of German. And I don't know why I
it
didn't
makes
do
sense,
it.
unlike French.
And it makes sense. Well, it makes sense to us, because our language is Germanic in roots.
That's true. But I'm more emphasising how much French does not make sense.
Is this the chocolate equivalent of people merging late on an A road? I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, they are zippering, aren't they?
Yeah, that would be fine. Except that we're now past the end of that point. We're now at the bit where there's only a single queue.
And there is no outside lane in Lint.
Yes.
I was
no.
so a similar. What it's the equivalent of is that time I decided to cross the road on a single lane thing that was soon to become a double lane thing, and somebody else thought, no, actually, what I'm going to do is just go round now, and they ran me over. And I got really badly injured, and I couldn't come to some immersive thing that we were going to go to, and I had to defer my thing for another time.
I was on
refund.
I was on the motorway, and we were going down to I think Ben Folds, going to see Ben Folds. We were on the motorway, and they kept saying, "You're going to merge. You're going to merge. We're closing down this motorway." And everyone started coming across really early. I'm like, no, I'm going to wait. And we stayed in that outside lane for ages. And suddenly all these other people went, yeah, I'm staying in this outside lane for ages. And we just stayed in the outside lane for ages. And everyone else stopped. You just got stationary traffic. And I'm like, no, I'll wait until you actually force me to go across. And I got to the end. And just as we got to that point near that, it had been so long that it cleared. So just as I got to that point, it just went, you can use this lane now, and I'm just like, wait! And I need to put my foot on the clutch, and it didn't help. But
that's how you're supposed to use them. You're supposed to use the lane until it no longer exists. That's what the highway code says.
Yes.
That is
It
what
is what the
it
highway
says. Yeah,
code says.
and do you know what? I have to remind myself of that when I'm annoyed at people bombing down. But the thing is, I think if the lane was full, I wouldn't mind. But it's when one person's like, "No, I'm not going to merge now."
It's different when somebody pulls out into that. Like they were in the lane and then they pull out. And then they're just being a cunt.
Does Duncan also LARP, or do I recognise him?
I do.
Yes.
Who is Rat Freck or Rat Frequency?
Rat the Frequency. It's Dom. I don't know if you've met Dom. Dom is one of the command team from the Algaia.
Right.
And
I go in the Algaia every now and then.
He's got a very beautifully costumed elven character, I believe. But you will have seen Dom, but probably not know who Dom is.
Right.
And he's a master cockleteer. Is that the term?
Yes.
Ellie, is that intentional, or are we just going to let that slide? I'm presuming
I'll have to read that because it's not on the screen this week.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie J says, I have to say, I hate it when they pull out as well.
You see, I don't know you well enough.
You just got the joke.
You know, I got it.
Ellie, rest assured.
It's an amazing thing to say either way. You know, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know what I can't. So many jokes in my brain.
No clips.
No clips. No clips.
She said clips.
Yes. Right. No. Yes. Fuck. What were we talking about?
So we've all lost our minds.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Let's merge in turn out of this segment.
Okay.
And go round the roundabout, and then go turn left.
This.
Basically, classic.
I'm going to do a segment that isn't really a segment, but I want to play the no segment thing because I like it.
Okay.
So I will.
Do it.
And this is where we'd play a sting. If we had one!
I'm going to ask you, Alex especially, to cast your mind back to last Christmas
Yes.
and our festive show last year,
Yes.
where you...
Oh, shit, we didn't put queue jumpers in the sea. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I suddenly realised that...
Oh, yeah, we were doing a thing. Okay, well...
Quickly put them in the sea.
Queue jumpers in the sea.
Boom, yes, out down defense. Sorry, right. Sorry. Cast your mind back.
So last Christmas when we did our festive DGMS,
Yes.
and you very carefully put together some alternative images
Yes.
for Elf on the Shelf.
Yes.
The highlight of which being Jez on a SNES.
That was good.
Which is very good. And so this year I have returned the favour.
Oh.
And for your delectation and Duncan's delectation and the chat, you can guess along as well. I would like you to have a go at guessing some of my Elf on the Shelf alternatives. Because let's face it, the Elf on the Shelf is a cunt, and he should go in the sea. In fact, Elf in the Shelf in the sea.
Yeah, I'm really on board with that.
100%.
I understand that. Right. I need to remember my
I'm just going to get my drink on.
my acronyms now.
Just going to find out if I've got any battery left.
I can do these in order. Right.
Yeah,
Here is the first one. It will cover all of our faces, not just Alex. Sorry about that. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now it's time for...
I know what this is. I just want the chat to say it.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
It took me too long, I think.
Manger on a ranger.
Way! I thought you'd like that one.
I do like that one.
Okay, next. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now it's time for this one. You've got to really think about it.
Is it prick on a kick?
Well, see,
That
that's
is
what
a good
I was
one,
thinking.
But it was a little more harsh in language than that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
it, and I can't say it. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Cunt on a punt.
It is a cunt on a punt. Yes.
Yeah, he's punting from his own inside.
A munter on a punter. Cunt on a punt. Okay, next.
Pitch on a pitch. That's amazing.
Oh, I got it.
Aletha, this one for
Aletha
Aletha.
will-
This is where I
Aletha
need my
will look at
glasses
this
to be
one.
able to see the picture, but I know what it is. But I'm going to get my glasses on because I like wearing my glasses.
You will require knowing.
Not
this
quite
is.
Townsend. Not quite.
You need to know who this is for it
This
to,
is Wilf.
to work. It is Wilf. You're right.
I think that's enough to say that without giving
Yeah.
alligator on a cunt.
Yeah.
100%. I'm 100%.
100%.
100% faithful. Croc on a cock.
Karis has got it.
Gator on a traitor.
It is a gator on a traitor.
100% faithful, mate.
100% faithful. I really want somebody to go on that, and I don't know how many people on the stream have watched it, but I want to go on there and just say, no, I am faithful. I'm 87% faithful.
I really want to say 87% faithful.
87%. 100%. No, I meant 100.
I was
said
drinking
100.
a lot on the first day, and I don't really remember
I'll
if
just
they
say-
tapped me or not. So I would say 72% faithful.
It'd be amazing to say, like,
Because I could have just had an itch. I don't know.
I'm 102% faithful, but there's a statistical 2% error, rounding error.
That's impossible. Right. The penultimate Elf on a Shelf alternative. Duncan, you will like this one especially.
Is that? Oh, I know what that is. I know 100% what that is.
Oh,
Who is
hold
that,
on.
Duncan?
Core Anglaise. That is a French.
Oh,
horn.
French horn on Michael Dawn.
Yeah.
It is a French horn on Michael Dawn. Yes,
It took me that long to try and work out who he was.
I did consider putting Worf in there, but then it would have been Worf, not Michael Dawn, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have rhymed. And yeah. Every
French
year,
horn on a Michael Dawn.
someone how do you say Algaea
The Algaia, which is
Algaia.
his faction.
share the same X on a Y meme joke around his old character. It was funny, medium funny / the first time round. Not so much
I'm
anymore.
now worried that he might watch.
Jeremy got kicked out straight away for telling everyone they're 50% faithful. Look, mate, it's a 50-50 shot. I'm either
Either faithful or I'm not.
or I'm a traitor. You make your own
Do you want
decision.
to take a 50-50? But I have to say, if you're willing to take that shot on me, it's 50-50 for everybody.
It is.
What I also
That's
want to say, I really enjoyed Traitors. I think
I fucking love the
conceptually
Traitors.
it's
Oh,
really
yeah,
good,
great,
right?
great show,
But
great show.
what I think is
January the 3rd.
they would never let anybody like us on it, I don't think.
No.
Because we're too reasonable. And I'd say, well, of course, you can't take my word for it. And, what they want is people that are going to get really emotional and stuff. And so, yeah, it's a shame. I'd also never want to be on it.
I have watched various other traitors from around the
I've
world.
only watched the American one.
The was it New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah, New Zealand. They did have some people who were totally reasonable,
Yeah.
and it didn't work
Really?
because they were just all became very gullible because they gave everything the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't a very good one, the New Zealand one. But yeah.
I want a montage of every player's face as they hear Jed say that.
Every
50. I'm 50% faithful. I mean, obviously, by dint of
I'm either faithful or I'm not.
I'm Schrodinger's faithful.
It's up to you to work that out. Really, I'm not going to help you. The final Elf on a Shelf alternative, perhaps my favourite actually, and it was very difficult to do this one without being massively offensive.
I feel like I've suffered in the last couple by not being able to see them properly. So hold on. Right, go.
Okay.
I'm trying to work out.
I can't work this out.
What is that? Is that a chicken?
It is a chick. Yes,
A chick on a prick?
it is
It's a fat chick
on a chat prick.
Way!
That's it.
Clean my glasses.
Yeah, so I was like, could I just put a ginormous woman on there? No, probably not anymore. I'll find a fat baby chicken. I'm like, what can I Google here? I can't Google fat chick.
Fat
Yeah,
chick.
then you'll get that rubbish film.
A fat baby chicken, and that's what came up.
Nice.
So,
I loved it. That was incredible.
That was really, really awesome.
was
I
good.
like that a lot.
Well,
I mean, it's almost as good as the other image that's been doing the rounds this week. Which
yes.
is this one.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
I hadn't seen that one.
That's still there, actually. That's still there.
That is still there. In fact, I've built an extra extension to my tower, so now you can see it in even more clarity.
Well, you had to build an extension to it because it wasn't very big to begin with, was it?
Yeah, that's true. Do you know Duncan has built an extension to his tower in an effort to be the largest tower in the castle?
Of course. Yeah.
He's just done a kind of spiral staircase up one side and then built a roof on top of it.
It's
So it's like a
amazing.
fucking Jack in the Box, which
It
is
is.
a kind of... Oh,
It
my
is
God.
super. Hey, you heading this way? Oh, actually, I knew you were heading this way.
Yes. See you soon.
Hey, does this mean we're going to get a wrestling show?
Oh, actually, we haven't discussed that. That's not me just messing around.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. We'd have to talk about it.
I mean, just do one.
Just do one.
Just do one.
Just do one.
It's as
Do
simple
one,
as that.
Tony. Yeah. Right. Let's go relentlessly to the last segment, which we like to call, based on your T-shirt, in fact, not the one you're wearing, but the one over here. There it is in all its beautiful glory.
So awesome.
Oh, hang on, I need to see the button before I
Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Do you know what? Never was there a better chance of you hitting a different button like we've seen on so many
just
occasions.
do this because you're bow, bow, cool.
Cool.
It totally is an asshole.
Right. So we've got two of these.
Yes. Well, there is another one hidden here if Duncan would like to do one.
I'll do one.
Yeah, there you go. You can do this one that's been hanging around for a bit.
Hey! Is
Not
it
to-
festive? I presume not.
That one is not, no, because it's been on the board for a little while. But, so let's
Been
get
on the
that one
board.
out of the way.
Okay, do you want to do your one?
Okay, yes.
You do one.
I mean, obviously, I don't know what's going to come out here. This is as fun for me as it is for you.
And trust me, we didn't know what was going to come out of your mouth earlier, but
All right, hold on a
here we
second.
are.
In case we want to use this for TikTok, let's get rid of the logo. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so am I the arsehole?
Yes, you
said
are.
arsehole.
Thought, why not? We're amongst friends. Am I the arsehole for rudely shutting down another woman's comments about my engagement ring? I mean, it says rudely, so I mean, I reckon they've. Anyway,
I don't want no clips.
hi all,
There's a bit of bias in this.
hi all.
Heil?
Yeah.
Mate, you can't be saying that.
No,
I'll be-
this one's written by Pope Benedict. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Hi all. I'm not usually a snarky person,
Or a Nazi.
so I'm feeling a bit bad about this.
But not bad enough that I wouldn't just write it on the internet.
No, why not, eh? Something where it's going to be there forever. Could use your opinions. This took place... Duncan, please don't associate me with the Nazi party.
They were very popular, Duncan.
They were...
Very
I'm gonna
successful.
Think about it that way.
I'm going to cry. Anyway, this took place a bit over a month ago. Cool. Last month, I, 23F, was at my friend's bachelorette weekend. Our weddings were very close together. Hers was only a couple of weeks before mine. I bet you were angry about that. Right? You wanted to do it first. Boom. Straight in. Our weddings were, where are we? Very close together. Hers was a close. Anyway, of the 6 women who were at the bachelorette weekend, 1 was single, 4 of us were engaged, and the 6th was in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
Okay. Good scene setting, I think.
That's good.
Throughout the weekend, I was intentionally making sure not to comment on my engagement or upcoming wedding. I applaud you.
Cool.
I wanted the trip to be all about the bride. The only exception was when the bride herself asked me about my engagement ring. I told her that the ring, which is very simple with a gold band and a 0.25 carat diamond, I don't know if that's big, was actually from my grandmother. She had removed the original diamond, but left the ring and its setting, which she gave to my fiance. He then bought a new diamond ring and had it placed in the setting.
Gotcha.
So far, so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So no arsehole so far.
No.
I'm approving of this.
Well, you're reading it.
It's that. There
That's
is
true.
that. That, by the way, they're now popular. Rat Freck. Anyway, they're now popular all over the world again. They've had, you know how people like to nostalgically bring back Nazis? No, things from the past.
It's been a revival.
Anyway, it's
like
really
Starlight Express.
Anyway, here we go. The bride and all the other women there commented on how sweet it was that I had my grandmother's ring. Except for one. Brittany. Brittany looked at my ring. So these bachelorette parties go off. Looked at my ring and said that it was far too small for her taste.
Like your fiance's penis, I said.
Yeah. And for your fat fingers. No, she didn't say that. I just threw that one in. It would have been a good retort, though.
Yeah.
And so would yours.
Thank you.
She then started talking about how she would never accept an old second-hand ring and that she was shocked that I was willing to wear a hand-me-down piece of jewellery. Oh, by the way, this person is so definitely not going to be. We'll find out. At first, I laughed it off and said that I was actually really touched that my grandmother had given it to me, but she then rolled her eyes and responded, "That's great for you, but I'll make sure that my man has to pick out and pay for the ring himself. I feel like it's a representation of how much he values me, you know. I'm really seething right now, by the way, this woman.
I'm so glad he got to read this one.
This really rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, you and me both. And this is where I might be the AH.
I thought that was Christina Aguilera, not Britney.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
That's a really good line. Anyway, Brittany was the one single woman there, so I didn't know why she was being so hostile about my ring. I'm so immature. I responded, "Oh, that's okay. You won't have to worry about that for a while." Yes! Get in! Anyway, most of the women didn't seem to think anything of what I said, but one of them, a close friend of Brittany, pulled me aside later and said, that I shouldn't, this is badly written. No, I'm just reading it badly.
Cool.
That I shouldn't have made Brittany feel even more like an outsider with my comment. She thinks that I should have been more sensitive to her being the only one there who wasn't in a relationship. So, am I the arsehole?
I have to say, I think that Brittany's attitude about getting a man who's going to give her something really expensive is possibly the reason she's the only one there.
Yeah, right?
She's single, yeah.
There is a correlation
If
here.
she thinks financial demonstration is what makes you feel valued, then yeah, you're gonna either remain single.
sorry, Dom. Great minds.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. She's going to remain single until she finds somebody unpleasant who thinks the same as her.
We had a friend who, sorry to cut across, we had a friend who was absolutely determined that they'd marry Orlando Bloom. So, do you know what I mean? I have to say, if that's your goal,
yeah, I remember, yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah. And she's still single.
Hi, she's still single. She still hasn't married Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're like, ha ha ha, you're not really. She's like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, okay, listen.
Isn't he married? No.
Probably.
Listen, I don't know, but probably, yeah. I would imagine.
I feel like Orlando Bloom's one of those ones that's got like a totally reasonable, like normal wife.
What I do want to say is this is perfect for me because the engagement ring I gave my wife was given to me by my mother-in-law because her dad made it for her mum, right? And so it's really important. And when I've been with Amy for Mrs. The Singer, sorry, for a very short amount of time. And it was very obvious that this was going to be, that we were going to get married. Like, it was very obvious from very early on that Amy and I were definitely in it for the long haul, right? And so she just literally just went, "Oh, by the way, when you propose, you'll be using this ring." I think she was wearing it at the time. "You'll be using this ring." And that was it. And I was like, man, that's amazing. And then, so not only did I propose with that, but this ring, this wedding ring right here, right? This was found at the bottom of the sea by Amy's mum when she was snorkeling in southern Spain.
Isn't that the plot to Oops, I Did It Again?
Yes, it is. But then, so she saw it, picked it up, and then took it to her dad, who then turned it into a ring for me, right? So both of our rings are hand-me-downs, one from some strangers who sadly lost their ring, but who knows when. Bad luck, you lost it.
What if that ring is cursed? That's why they chucked it into the sea. Had you considered that, Duncan?
Well, it's worked so far. My life's literally just got better and better over the last 12 years. So, thank you, curse. Somebody, maybe this is still cursing them now. That'd be amazing. So both of our rings are hand-me-down, and I'm pretty sure that her ring...
Maybe the person died under the sea, and then their ring just, over time, went off its skeletal
Amy
finger.
would love that. She would love that. she would think that's the best thing ever. She'd be so made up that this had been on a dead person's finger.
Wow.
I mean, her ring was. Oh, God, that's really dark.
Fuck shit store.
Anyway, I was so touched initially to have that vote of confidence very early on in my relationship.
No clip.
Very early on in my relationship, look, this is the ring. And then also, I don't, I know that you have particular views on rings. I don't agree with them, but I definitely think there's a lot of value in what you think. But if
Only
you're
on rings though, not
I
the
think,
other stuff.
yeah. Everything else you say is rubbish. But
Yeah.
but I think that if you are going to have a ring as a token of your commitment to somebody, I think that it also having some deep, meaningful connection to the people wearing them elevates it in such a way that Britney, and please, no clips, Britney can go fuck herself, and I hope she dies single. So there we go. I don't know what you think.
If you like
Incidentally,
it,
the ring that I do have is a hand-me-down from my grandfather. It's one of my grandfather's signet rings. So
There we go. Right?
I just don't wear it.
Yeah. Jez does. Well, actually, then might I suggest you watch the 100th episode of DGMS again?
Jez
I presume that's somewhere because actually we had a little comment on that.
I think
It
Jez
was
is
DGMS 24, wasn't it? It's not a particularly strong opinion.
No,
It's-
what you think it should be? What is it? 9 for the dwarf lords, 10 for the men.
Yeah.
1 ring to rule them all.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
your
it.
view?
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Classic.
Yeah.
I like that jewelry has a story, Tamsin. Every time I tell people the story of my ring, so to speak, and Amy's rings, so to speak, people always think it's really nice and sweet, and and I think that is nice and wouldn't make me, it didn't make me feel like less of a man. I wasn't like, oh man, I haven't
Now
spent.
you're a man.
Also, you're supposed to spend, what is it, a month's salary? I was unemployed.
So you fit the bill then.
I fit the bill. I
Yeah.
got it for the exact
Month's
amount I should have.
salary?
I wasn't
Fuck that
unemployed. I was
noise.
just a singer, so same thing.
No, incidentally, my views on rings, wedding rings, are just that you shouldn't have to wear them because they're just an ancient sign of ownership. And
Yes. And actually,
if you want to wear them, wear
yeah,
them.
when you
but
said shouldn't have to, yes, now we
but,
are actually completely
it's
agreeing.
as a man, I'm not going to be giving my wife a hard time because she's not wearing a wedding ring
No.
because it's an antique fucking way of thinking. So yeah. Although instantly, I do think that Karis is wearing a wedding ring again.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just, for me, it's nice. But again, I actually completely agree with you. So I don't know why I said I disagreed.
Also,
because
I hate
apparently-
wearing rings because they're fucking uncomfortable.
We see, if I do have to take this off for
I don't have
anything,
any
like I had
rings.
to take it off when I had my operation, and that was the worst bit about getting ready for my operation was taking my wedding ring off. I love wearing it. I love it. It's just, it means that and I, especially also early in my relationship, I did like tons of traveling. I was always going everywhere because I was always singing somewhere, and it's like it's a weird thing, but it's just like this little connection at all times that I really like it. I love wearing my ring, but like I agree with you about I think that the idea that you should have to wear a ring at all is ridiculous. And I think all traditions pretty much are ridiculous. So yeah, actually, it turns out we completely agree.
So to conclude,
Oh yeah, did we get? Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
what was the question?
Some people say agree, but yeah,
Am I the arsehole for?
for putting her in her place and making her feel bad?
Can we have the actual title?
Oh yeah. Am I the arsehole for rudely shutting down? Not even rudely, for amusingly shutting down another woman's comments about my engagement ring?
No.
Not the arsehole.
It's Brittany, bitch.
She honestly, I'm so glad I get to screw this up and throw it away.
If someone could clip that and send it to Mrs. The Singer, that'd be great. Just send it on her way.
Yeah, kudos for the great line, right? The bam, there you go. That's like a.
It was very quick. Got to give it to her. Right.
do you want to go or shall I
You
go?
go next.
Okay, cool.
They grow in festiveness.
Ah,
Am I the arsehole?
yes.
Yes, you are.
for telling my daughter's boyfriend to go home. Am I the arsehole for telling my daughter's boyfriend to go home? I like that. Teases us into it, but doesn't tell us too much.
Yeah.
I picked up my daughter's boyfriend.
I've forgotten how to sit.
It's got to be 1 foot under, right?
Normally I do that, but I'm kind of like, well, I needed to make my leg not fall asleep. I picked up my daughter's boyfriend, Ron.
Like that.
Not his name. I just decided to pick Ron. Ron, not his name, from his house Friday night so we could watch a Christmas movie together. My daughter, Molly, not her name. Does she not know anyone's name?
Just guesses everyone's name she ever meets.
I mean, those are pretty similar names as well. Are they sure they're not related in some way? Because
It's
that
just
would be
like-
incestuous. Not his name and not her.
Not her.
Yeah.
Molly, not his name.
Yeah.
So we could watch a Christmas movie together. My daughter, Molly, and I had already had dinner at a restaurant after Christmas shopping, but he hadn't. So, by the way, it clearly isn't meant to be read like that, but I just thought it'd be fun to, but he hadn't. So I offered to make him dinner. Ron wanted to prepare something on his own. So I told him he could use our kitchen. By the way this is started is a little bit strange and crazy, but anyway, find out where it goes. So Ron wanted to prepare something on his own. So I told him he could use our kitchen. He's done this before. He's responsible and uses our equipment with care.
This is not the first time he has made a sandwich.
He's done it before. BTW.
BT.
They are both 17. We get home and he walks into the kitchen, which was a mess, and that's my fault. I hadn't had time to clean it after cooking dinner the night before. Ron says he can't work like this. What is he, on fucking MasterChef? Fucking
It's
hell.
fucking raw!
And proceeds to clean up the kitchen with my daughter's help. I left the kitchen to do something else. A few minutes later, I walk into the kitchen to make tea and hear my daughter say the mess is due to my procrastination. So I explain that I've been up since 3 a.m. I work the early shift. And hadn't had time to clean the kitchen because I had other things to take care of. And frankly, you can get off my ass because I'll do what the fuck I want because I own the house and you're 17, so shut the fuck up. I'll do what the fuck I want. She doesn't say that.
Yeah, the end, right?
The end. You're my children. Don't tell me what's up and what's down. Anyway, none of that happens. So I explain all that shit. And a bit cheeky, Ron. Or worse, expelled. Anyway, I've lost track of what I'm talking about. I had shit to do. Molly, not real name. And I had to take her Christmas shopping as well. You might recall. You're welcome. She asked if I was done. I went to the living room to watch TV. She asked if I was done. Like, done talking or done cleaning up?
So.
Done talking, I think.
Yeah.
She asked if I was...
Is that it?
Are you
Anything
done?
else to say, Mum?
If my child had said, "Are you done?" I'd be saying, "You're fucking done." And hit fucking RKO out of nowhere.
If your child said anything, you'd be like, I don't get a child.
I don't remember what's confusing about this.
Literally was spending my whole life planning for this to never happen.
I know. Despite everyone's best efforts. Anyway, I went to the living room to watch TV. Minutes later, Ron goes outside with the small compost bucket for kitchen scraps to dump in the large bin provided by the city.
Thank you for explaining how the food recycling works.
Yeah, that's the important bit.
He walks back in complaining about the gunk stuck in the bottom. What Molly's been putting in his arsehole is neither here nor there, but not for the first time we've been derailed on this Am I the Arsehole?
Tamsin, by the way, I know the Mamzanaki, and I do not doubt it.
If I said that to the Mamzanaki, I would not be. Are you done? And then it like
You're done.
The sound of a fucking ambulance.
Just, or is it a bag being zipped up?
I hadn't tidied the kitchen because I did other things first. Yeah, procrastinating, so she's right. I suppose, not like X, I quite like that line. I suppose procrastinating was like finding things you didn't really have to do, whereas she is claiming that she did have to do them. Yeah. But I don't know if this is even relevant. I guess we'll find out. Ron walks back in complaining about the gunk stuck in the bottom, which did not fall out. presumably of the small
I
compost.
hate when you have a hanger on like that.
Yeah, a Klingon.
We want it to just break off with a nice, satisfying splash. Wait, is that what you're talking about?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
Just checking.
It's a mixture of coffee grounds and bacon fat, so it's hard to shake out. Just don't do this fucking thing. And why would it be? Don't they have like a bag, a biodegradable
Maybe
bag?
they don't
should
use
do,
them
yeah.
there.
Fucking idiots. No wonder it's going to stick to the bottom. He
Or
tells
if
me
nothing else, put a bit of kitchen roll in it. That can go in your compost bin anyway.
Well, wait for it.
he tells me he's going to hose it off outside. As he's leaving, I don't know why that's not really relevant. As he's leaving, I remember that the outdoor hose is off because it's winter. So I yell, "Come back! The hose won't work. It's turned off."
We've all been there.
My daughter tells me not to yell. And I tell her to tell him the hose won't work. It's winter. By the way, is this a film? Is this a Christmas film? It feels like it's
It does seem
National
like
Lampoon's.
a Hallmark would make this
It's just
kind of
like,
movie.
tell him. No, tell her. Stop shouting. Yeah, I'm only shouting to tell you. And he comes back in and goes, the hose isn't working. That's what I'm trying to tell. Carry on Christmas. Said the hose ain't working. Yeah.
Calling
Anyway.
the bullies.
Woo, woo, woo.
Mums don't kill people.
Rappers do. Note, this is the second time in a week that he's expressed disgust at our kitchen scraps bucket. So I'm getting irked about it because I take it as a criticism, because it is, whether he means it that way or not.
Only irked, though, not vexed. So.
Definitely irked.
It's okay.
Also, the fact his parents' kitchen always being clean is something that he and my daughter have made a point of mentioning a few times. Well then, why don't you fuck off to your parents' kitchen and cook there in the clean? And I'll sit here and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Off you.
You realise I don't... You want me to say fuck?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, there you go. Ron returns with a bucket and Molly washes it out in the sink. Is this obla-dee obla-da? Molly returns with the bucket. Ron washes it out in the sink. Doo-doo-be-doo. When she's done washing, comes into the room, holding the bucket, explaining that he's going to put parchment, baking paper, in the bottom to prevent the gunk from sticking to the bottom again. I interrupt him to tell him he's going to go one-to-one with the Undertaker. To ask him please not to tell him about... I interrupt him and ask him to please not tell me about it because I'm not interested. He continues, and I ask him not to tell me.
Who is this fucking nerd coming into somebody else's house like, actually, if you put some baking paper in the bottom, the gunk will not stick to the bottom of the caddy.
I interrupt him and ask him please not to tell me about it because I'm not interested. He continues, and I ask him to tell him not to tell him again.
Ron, don't give a fuck, mate.
I don't want to know.
Don't give a shit.
He has a puzzled expression on his face and starts again.
Like Ron.
Then I hit the stunner. I tell him to stop talking about it. And if he cannot stop, to go home. Because I don't want to hear about it. He stops and leaves the living room to join Molly in her room. He does her in the A and leaves. About 15
Was that the A?
Am I the A? After about 15 minutes later, Ron says goodnight and leaves. Molly has asked me to apologise to Ron, and I'm having a hard time convincing myself I was in the wrong. Are you done? Are you done? I wish I was done. That is the end of that. She doesn't say it, but am I the arsehole for telling my daughter's boyfriend to go home? No, I don't think so.
You buried the lead a little bit there, but...
yeah, and there was a lot, in fairness, that I put in there. But basically, if I might praise this, and that's not one of my key skills, but the daughter's boyfriend is an insufferable bore.
He really is.
And should shut the fuck up. And should shut his fucking mouth.
So, oh bother said poo. We've both been guests in the same house. Would you ever have risked that with my mother-in-law and your future mother-in-law? Would you ever have spoken down about that house? Would you? I wouldn't. Would you have done that? I wouldn't have done that.
A presumptuous, precocious, obnoxious child comes in here and goes, this place is a shithole.
I would do
This
better.
hasn't done that. You haven't done this right. This is the second time I've told you that
We
this
would
about
be
this gunk.
suplexed through the table. You're exactly correct.
Suplex through the table.
You
Double
honest,
suplex, just
Both of you at the
both
same
of you
time.
at the same time.
honestly, I mean, I reckon I could take her in a fight, but not if I'd just been rude to her. I reckon steam would come out of her ears and she would
This is
destroy
my
us.
house, and it'll be tidy/clean at my whim.
Right,
And you can go fuck yourself.
right.
And if you don't like it, you can suck my fucking
Now,
dick.
what I'm going to say is that obviously myself and oh bother said poo,
Yeah.
Brogan, if you will, we're a bit older than this guy. He's 17.
Yes.
Do we cut him any slack for that?
No.
No, we don't, do
No,
we?
not at 17.
Because when
no.
you were 17, you all had girlfriends at 17, right?
But I did.
Yes.
Yeah. And at that point, all you do is be as
Fuck her in the
deferential as possible, not necessarily to the mother-in-law, although, but you be as deferential as possible because the most important thing is the mum liking you. Because if the mum likes you, and mum's always liked me, but if the mum likes you, you're doing fine. Right?
One mum didn't like me.
Is that because of my old next door neighbour?
Yeah.
Yeah, she died. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
what,
sorry
the
to
mum?
suddenly bring that on, yeah.
Oh, well, back of the neck. You know what I mean? who won that
I'm
round?
so sorry.
Oh, do you know I've still got a chance then, suddenly? Because she's
Yeah,
not going
yeah,
to
no, she
cop
can't,
block me
yeah.
now, is she?
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Ah. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to suddenly do that. It just popped into my head.
That's okay. I only made some hay out of it. Which, if anything, I'm the arsehole, right?
Any other death announcements that anybody wants to make?
I mean, by the way, I've sung to 3 people in the last week, all of whom have died.
Parents liking me is one of my superpowers.
Did that kill them? As in, you sung to them and they just dropped dead?
Well, one of them, it was literally within 2 hours of me singing with them.
hell.
Yeah, I know.
My
It's
mum
mad.
didn't like any boyfriend.
Your mum
says
would have
Tamsin.
loved me, though, Tamsin. Let's go out, Tamsin.
What was that? What was she like? She's like you brought someone home, and then she was polite, and as soon as the guy left, Tamsin, your mum was like, "Well, he's a fucking idiot."
He's a wrong one.
Do you know what? Even the mum who, when I first met her, asked if I went to church, and I said no, and then she said, "Well, we're all born with original sin, you know," and I didn't know how to respond.
I'd
was
have responded then, that's why I don't go to church, because I'm a sinner. You fucking idiot. You said it yourself. What the fuck? Listen to yourself. Anyway, plus, we're all baptized, to get rid of that original
Yeah, I
sin.
haven't been baptised, though.
man.
So, no, that's me.
Oh,
She
you
asked
could
me
just
if I'd
lie
been
to me.
baptised.
You're a sinner.
She asked me if I'd been baptised, and I said no, and she said, no. And she said, well, then. But she still loved me until I dumped her daughter. And then, do you remember when she turned up outside our house and started shouting at me? Were you there for that?
It seems to ring a bell.
Yeah.
I mean, mate, you can't really win. She didn't like you because you were with her daughter and you were a sinner, and then you dumped her, and then she still didn't like you because you were no longer with her girlfriend.
His daughter. She did like me, though,
Her
even
daughter,
though
yes.
I was a sinner. Yeah.
Oh, my God. We're all born. Who said that? Wait, you have to tell me
I
later.
won't say,
Tell me
but
later.
yes.
We're all born with
Her
original
name, I
sin.
think, was Pat.
Jesus
But that was
Christ.
not the daughter's
The
name.
imagine not even my father would ever hit the line. We're all born with original
I
sin.
know.
He says some lines.
First time as well. First time I've met this woman. But even then, I wouldn't have talked shit about her kitchen.
Are we? It's just a theological construct. It's just a doctrine. A man made it up. That's how can you? It doesn't mean anything. We're all born with original sin. Oh, have a word. What the fuck? Honestly, I'd be like,
And
who-
also,
who
clean
told-
your kitchen.
Yeah, I'd be like, where is that? Prove it. Prove it. Let's go back in time to the Garden of Eden, see if that happened. Fuck me. I'd have had a field day. I'd have loved that. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
lasted
I
very
didn't
long.
because it's my girlfriend's
No,
mum.
you're absolutely
and I was
right.
like, and you
No.
do everything. That's the thing. Even at that point, you are as you as deferential.
This is
as
why
possible,
I could be
right?
the Pope. Because I have a handle on doctrine and theology.
you'd be
You
up
can
on the,
you can stand there and go, it's all made up, but in Latin.
It's all made up.
Right, here we go. First things first. Original sin. Fuck that. Bullshit.
You're all fine. Everyone's going to heaven. If you want, it doesn't exist. I think the Catholic Church would definitely kill me if I started saying shit like
it
that.
would just implode.
That's why I would
on
be the
science.
anti-Pope.
Your mum would have loved me, Tamsin. Let's get a time machine and sort this out.
Pub
She
crawlers for-
loves me
Pub
now,
crawlers
right?
for Pope.
She already loves me now.
Oh, when my hat wouldn't get in all the fucking...
Yeah, it's true. Right, what
Alex
was
for
the title of that one that you've already scrunched up prematurely like you often do?
Yes, premature scrunchaculation. It was, am I the arsehole for telling my daughter's son to get out of my house?
That was it, yeah. And so say all of us, not the
No,
arsehole.
not a chance.
Oh, bumper edition here, 10 to 11. Thank you for joining us and staying with us. I mean, let's face it, we couldn't do this last week, and we're not doing it for 2 weeks. So
Yeah, you're getting like several weeks in one, basically.
Yeah. I'm just gonna plonk.
Am I the arsehole
Yes.
for telling my daughter's boyfriend to take his fucking bin juice outside? And his parchment paper too. Right. Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
Am
Sorry, I
I
didn't
the...
say it because I was reading something that.
Okay, do you want the other opportunity?
If you could. Sorry, I got confused, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, sorry, Yes, can I just say you're an arsehole and we'll move on with it?
Yes.
Fucking arsehole.
That felt personal.
It's always difficult to do it in different ways, Jeremy.
Whatever.
So it's been said many times, many ways. You're an arsehole. Merry Christmas.
Good night. Am I the arsehole?
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were done with that. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
By God!
God damn! Okay, I'm going to stop.
I don't believe you.
Mm.
You know I'm going to say it. You know I'm going to say it. No, I can't because I've already ruined it. Right, go on.
I can't say it without laughing now. Am I the arsehole for
Yes! Man, that's a kick out at 2.5. Jesus.
Sorry.
I really wanted Aletha just to lean in. To be like, yes!
Alintha.
Am I the arsehole? Can't talk now. You've ruined it. Am I the arsehole for suggesting we lock up the Christmas presents after what my niece did last year?
Oh, shit. Flashback to what her niece did last year.
Every year, my siblings and I, alongside our families, spend Christmas with our parents. We stay at their house for a few days. Everyone opens gifts together. It's hectic, but it's a lot of fun. The kids enjoy having one big sleepover with their cousins. My mom likes having everyone home again. We all pitch in. It's a win-win. Last year, my brother married Sally.
I hate Sally.
She has a 7-year-old daughter, Mindy.
Are these not real names? Is that why they are?
Or are they rabbits?
I think they are rabbits. Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Hence
say that.
the extra
but,
kids.
Yeah, between the lines. This was their first Christmas with us. It seemed like they were having a fun time. Christmas Eve, all the kids went to the finished basement. What the fuck does that mean?
They'd
As
been
opposed to
decorating
the-
it and it's finally finished.
But why?
Maybe.
We have a basement that's unfinished.
But why do I
Big
give
hole.
Why do we give a fuck if it's finished or not?
This is writing the level of requirement. They don't need. Yeah, exactly.
We don't need this
We don't need to say it's
adjective,
finished.
twat.
Just say it's a. This is the base. They went to the basement. They
We're
went
not
to, they
marking
went to
this
the
for
basement.
GCSEs.
This person's going to be perfectly reasonable, but they're going to get called the arsehole just because
Oh,
Jeremy didn't
yeah.
like the word finished.
Finished.
That's our
Finish
Minecraft
him.
building language. It's not finished.
I had one of them the other day. Carry on.
Christmas Eve, all the kids went to the basement to sleep.
Hold on.
Whether
hold
it was
on.
finished
Which
or not,
basement?
nobody knows.
Need more information.
Jesus. Last time I heard there were kids in a basement, it was much more sinister.
Look, yeah, Tamsin's got to the bottom of it.
It's a basement that is a nice room, not a dank cellar.
Just say a bedroom then, that's probably fine.
Yeah. Just don't specify the room.
Basement?
They went off to
The
sleep.
cellar? Christ. Happy Christmas.
Fine. Christmas Eve, all the kids went to the finished basement to sleep.
Died of carbon monoxide poisoning. Ha ha ha. Joke's on them. Am I the arsehole?
We told the kids not to open up gifts without us and to wake us up when they did. Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
This was repeated several times. Once the kids were asleep, we put all the gifts under the tree and eventually went to bed ourselves.
Yeah.
The next morning, around 6 a.m., I wake up early and head downstairs.
Really?
I find the living room a mess.
So predictable, but okay.
Half of the gifts were unwrapped. Half of the gifts were unwrapped. Several of them had been ripped from their boxes. There was Mindy playing with some of the toys. Most of the ones weren't even hers. She knows how to read, and they were all labelled, so she knew this. I was in shock.
But half of them weren't unwrapped, so that's all right.
And half of them weren't for her. Were for her, sorry.
I mean, there's a 50-50 chance of hitting her own present, right?
Yeah, right. She
It's
either
either hers
goes
or it isn't.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Karen.
She knows how to read, and they were all labelled, so she knew this. I was in shock. I went and got my brother and Sally alongside the rest of the adults. Sally was super embarrassed.
I bet.
My mom was very upset.
You're telling me so Sally can wait?
Mustang Sally. The other kids weren't up yet, so we tried to salvage what we could while Sally talked to Mindy.
Stay in the basement, don't look.
She knows it's too late. That's the thing.
Not everything could be fixed, and she had broken a couple of toys completely.
Oh, she wasn't just playing with them. She's broken these
I'll
toys.
just open this and wrong song, Jez. Yeah, I realised as I sung it.
Ride, Sally, ride.
I've lost my place now. The broken ones weren't even her toys.
She broke some other kid's
That's
toys.
amazing. Honestly, this kid, I love this kid.
Luckily, not everything was damaged, and even the boxes that were, the kids didn't notice. But my nephew, sister's son, had one of his big gifts destroyed, and he was sad when everyone else got theirs, while he was told he would have to wait for a new one to come back in.
Understandably.
That's pretty.
Do we know how old
heartbreaking.
that kid is? Does it say?
Mindy came in like a wrecking ball. Wrecking ball! She's like swinging in on this thing. That's not your press. That's not your wrecking ball. Shut up.
No, it does not specify anybody else's age, only Mindy.
Mindy was what, 7?
Mm.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Sally and my brother reimbursed everyone.
Cool. Sure.
There we go.
Mindy didn't get to open gifts with everyone, but joined the festivities later.
Okay.
Okay, she's had a punishment.
She apologised,
Okay.
but kept making excuses.
She's 7.
She said that she didn't want to wait, and she wanted to see what everyone else got by opening their fucking presents. We're all preparing to go to my parents again this year.
Now, this year.
Flash forward. Previously on ITA. We're all preparing to go back to my parents again this year. I put in the group chat that we should either lock the door to the living room this year or put a gate around the tree so no one can get to it.
A gate around the tree? How big is your fucking tree? A gate? Why don't you put a moat around the tree?
Come on, a 7-year-old can go over a moat.
Oh, yeah. Not that moat.
No. No. That's what you meant as well. No getting around there.
No.
I didn't even name names. Just specifically said...
I mean, shut up. Shut up. I didn't even name names. I'm sorry. Fuck off. I didn't name names. No shit. It was last year. The fucking shit got ripped apart.
If you'll cast your mind back to the only time that we've had issue...
We had one issue literally last year. What else are you talking about? Oh, God.
I was thinking of putting a lock on my food bin so I don't get any comments. Not naming any names.
Not naming names.
Not naming names.
Not
Could
naming
be
names.
anyone who says about
I think we should say not naming names more often when it's obviously someone.
Just specifically said, no one.
By the way, she kept making excuses. Yep, imagine if she didn't. That'd be scary.
Yeah, I
Yes.
opened your presents.
I did it all.
Fucking smashed Timmy's bike too. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Deal with it.
I'd like it if, like, these were liberal parents and it's like Mindy's just showing this anti-capitalist mentality to say Christmas isn't about the presents, it's about the people we're with.
She also smashed her Xbox, mate.
The son of a bitch! Fucking!
Sally and my brother got mad, accusing me of treating Mindy like a baby or an animal.
Well, she kind of acted
Well,
like both.
if the cunt fits. I said, I'm not, but this is a precaution, so none of the kids attempted. They said, this isn't necessary, and I'm holding a mistake over Mindy's head. I said, no, I'm not. I'm trying to make sure we have no repeat.
Yes, that makes sense. Prevention is better than cure, and if we did it differently, we didn't do it at all, and it happened again, we'd all be like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
Also, you know, those other kids now are probably going to be like, well, Mindy's a fucking fireball. We need to get downstairs before Mindy and smash the shit out of her shit before she gets up. So
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to
like,
happen.
copycat kids, monkey see, monkey smash. Because I know
I think
it'll
me
be
and
asked.
Tamsin are very much on the same page with this, but carry on.
Because I know it'll be asked.
Sorry, I was excited.
Because I know it'll be asked. Mindy doesn't have autism or ADHD. And even if she did, my daughter has ADHD, and both my sister's kids are on the spectrum. Right, yeah, thanks for that. That was not
Well, but that's why she broke somebody else's computer. They've only got a Spectrum. She was really jealous.
A Spectrum.
Poor dad's Xbox. They knew better. I don't think Mindy was malicious. She was only 6.
She was 7 earlier.
Well, yeah.
Oh, maybe she's 7 now.
She's 7 now, probably.
Okay.
Would have been.
I'm gonna go with the evidence that we've got and suggest that she was 6 then and 7 now.
Yes.
Because as we've established on this show, I'm very good at math.
Also, it's 1 year later, isn't it? That's one more. Isn't
Time
it?
has
Indeed.
passed.
Yeah. But I do think precautions should be made. My parents agree with me, and my brother is mad that I put it in their heads. Am I the asshole?
I keep laughing at not naming names. Not naming names!
Not naming names, but we don't want anybody to smash the shit up this year.
Like Mindy did.
You know how Mindy did that last year? We don't want that to happen again. So not naming any names, we'd like to put a stop to what happened last year.
Which we're calling the Mindy incident, or the Mincident. Let's not call it that.
The Niecedent.
Like, I do get kids will be kids fever of presents and stuff like that, but I remember as a kid, I didn't go and just fucking open up Matthew's present.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. There's kids will be kids, and she was 6.
Even so,
She's
happy.
6. It's too old. It's old enough to know better, but it's also young enough to make a mistake.
Sure.
Like, I just think, and also I think there's a world of difference between a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, right? At 6, you might try it. I just don't think. I think, especially after everything that happened, there would have been a bit of a prior, I'd imagine, for the rest of the day. And I don't think it's going to happen again. And I don't know. Like, I think it's going too far. I really do. I wouldn't bother with it. It's fine. You just talk to the kid again, and if it happens again, you kill the kid.
Yeah. What I would say,
not naming names,
just don't invite the kid. Invite the parents. Just say, "Could you put your kid in like?"
The child apologise.
One of the presents has a bomb in it, and if you open it, you're going to die. Go to sleep. See you in the morning. And then in the morning we'll remove the bomb one.
Like, I think none of this is important. Like the presents are all right. Let me tell you something. No, I'll tell you something about presents in a minute. But like presents aren't important. Although I know they're for kids that's kind of the main focal point.
Kids.
But isn't that like literally the plot of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas is about how everyone can have a wonderful time despite what happens? And I know that's...
no, they go and get the presents back from the Grinch.
Yeah, but they're already having a lovely time before then. They sing without swingies. They sing without whatevers. They sing without swinging
yeah, not Mindy, though. She's locked in the basement.
Is Mindy, is there? No, Cindy Lou, isn't it? But I think...
Locked in the basement.
What I think is... It's just a kid, man. It's just some presents. Come on.
What I feel is it was
right, Keris. I'm so on board with you here.
You have to read it out then.
Yeah, of course, it's not anything. Like Mindy. Mindy has joined the family. What were her Christmases like before? She might not be used to having lots of other kids and presents and stuff.
That's
and
true.
I get that. And honestly, and also, by the way, I just want to go back to the bit about, she doesn't even have autism or ADHD. Some kids don't need them to just be a bit weird sometimes. But also, this idea, well, I know other kids that have got these things, and they wouldn't act like this, but all neurodivergences
are unique anyway.
Yes. So there's no point in saying that.
No, that was a pointless line.
Yeah, so I didn't like... Yeah, frankly, I feel like what she's doing is going, a kid made a mistake, let's lock up Christmas. It feels a bit weird.
Did she also smash the basement? Is that why it was unfinished? Because I'm confused about that whole thing. We never really got down to brass tacks about that.
It could be quite overwhelming. I agree, Keris, and maybe it was.
I think the answer is you wait for you wait for Mindy to walk into the kitchen, and then you just lock it down. Mindy's here. Woo! And just bars come down.
What I would do
right, Mindy, this is the kitchen. We don't break things here. We'll just go through the house and tell you what you can break. Spoiler.
You make a light-hearted joke of it. You speak to Mindy and you say, hey, Mindy, hey, remember when you made that mistake of doing the thing? That's not going to happen again this year, is it? And then you hold a knife to her and you say, is it? And then that's the end of it. That should fix it. No need for any locks or anything.
I just think that obviously this was a disaster, and for whatever reason, she went in there, she went, I'm crazy about Christmas, and opened it all up, and everyone got really mad, and it was sad, and things happen like that. And sometimes, stuff goes down. But this year, if you read, I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of like going, should we just everyone goes to bed, and then in the morning we'll just put the presents out first thing? And like, if you really want to feel like you want to secure this stuff so it doesn't happen, I can understand.
By the way, I don't think locking the door is a problem. I think if you can just lock that door, just lock the door.
Yeah, just lock the door.
Yeah.
Right, that isn't a problem.
I think a super
gate.
No, I mean the gate's obviously stupid. The gate's fucking ridiculous. So much so that we made a joke about it. But like, if you're okay
It could be your last.
lock the lock the door to the living room, easy mode. I think the parents getting annoyed at this kind of overblown kind of thing is a bit ridiculous, because they probably feel embarrassed and they don't want to be targeted anymore. But I'm like, come on, let's just do this because it safeguards everything. There's literally no bad reason to do this. This is a simple action. It's a
locking the door.
action.
I don't think that's a problem. Nobody can go in there.
Even if you just said, right, they're all up in our bedroom and we're going to sleep. Good night. Get up, pick up presents, take them downstairs.
The thing is, you want to put the correct present around the tree. There's an aesthetic to that, isn't there? So then you lock the door. Done. I think locking the door isn't a problem, but I think, yeah.
Yeah, why not preempt these issues? No. It's so simple.
Yeah.
But what's annoying me in a way is that the parents are obviously quite embarrassed about this situation and not willing to go, okay, yeah, we see that's an easy fix. Let's do the easy fix. They're like, you're making a big deal out of this.
Yeah, I get that. But then you would be protective over your kid. I get that. But
if I had a kid and my kid's fucking present had been smashed, I bought him the Millennium Falcon or whatever the fuck, and it had been smashed, and I had to have him crying all fucking day, and I was angry about that because everyone's got some. These parents are like, oh, we're annoyed you're targeting Mindy. Yeah, I'm annoyed my fucking kid didn't have his present. So let's fucking see if those penalties offset, cunt. Now listen to me, But like, I just
must be niece.
Right. I think if I had a kid and he hadn't got his present, we re-rolled around to this Christmas, and I bought him something nice again, like a Fabergé egg that's easily breakable or something like that. I'd be like, no, we're locking the fucking door. And I don't give a shit if your ego is too fragile.
I agree. I think locking the door is fine, but the main thing is just lock the door. You don't need to run it past anyone. It's your house.
Yeah.
Just lock the door. Tell everyone where the key is. Just say, I've locked the door just to keep the presents safe. Look, you didn't need to run it past people beforehand. You go to bed. You're the last one out. You lock the door. Put it on top of the thing where no kid can get to it. Job's done.
Mm.
This year, to save them from tears, we'll lock them in the fucking basement.
Lock the kids in the basement.
Dank basement.
And then in 30 years' time, when there's some really bad hauntings, do you know what? I want
every kid's dream a Fabergé egg. That's fucking that's money. That's money. I would love it if I got a Fabergé egg.
It would be amazing.
You totally would buy your kid a Fabergé egg.
Imagine if
I
you
did
could
not doubt that for a second, other than the having a kid bit. But the buying the egg bit was legit.
Imagine.
I'll buy a Fabergé egg for every one of the kids I ever have.
A Fabergé Kinder egg. That's what they need to do next. I'd be all over that. I love Kinder egg chocolate.
Son of a bitch, that cost me £800,000.
And all it's got is a teeny terrapin in the middle. Ceramic, but still.
Yeah, beautiful. Full of beans.
Now then, so, judgment time. Am I the arsehole for suggesting we lock up the Christmas presents after what my niece did last year?
No.
I don't. Well, no.
It's no, Duncan. We're saying no.
I was going to be outvoted anyway.
No. Lock up your presents. Mindy's here.
Were there any updates on that? I'd love to know whether... is that for this Christmas, I suppose, so we won't find out until
if you want to go online, you can find out what people said about it, and there might be an update by now.
There wasn't when I looked today.
I don't see the problem. If I had a house and someone wrecked my presents last year, you better believe. Or if the same thing happened with adults or something, and someone broke something, I'd be like, right, I'm going to fucking lock that shit up. If something happened, I would prevent the thing from happening. At a base level... presents, anything. It's like, oh, that shit went wrong. Let's prevent the error so the error cannot happen. It's just fucking simple, lean Six Sigma.
I can't wait to go on to this Reddit after Christmas and hear how Mindy went around the outside and climbed in through the window.
I love
and smashed the shit
Honestly,
out of
now,
everything.
right, in that case, I'm definitely on Mindy's side for resourcefulness, right? But I think, you know, if this was me, and I could lock the thing, I wouldn't be locking that room. I'm definitely just making a joke out of it so that Mindy is very clear that it's wrong, but doesn't feel really bad about it.
Mincidence to the Mindening.
Because you know, this is like, 1 year of her life now is so much of her life that she's lived that she's probably had this thing, like, as she's got older, she's like, oh man, 7-year-olds really start to understand that sort of stuff a lot more than a 6-year-old would. Having said that, you've got a 6-year-old.
I do.
And she'd never do that.
She would not.
But, you know, most 6-year-olds wouldn't. But, you know.
I think we need to lock Mindy in like a Hannibal Lecter kind of like Tron thing.
Yes,
with a
I think that's
wheel her in.
That's okay, but make a joke out of it.
Yeah. Make it light. Make it light. Yeah, like don't use a real person's face that you put over your own face.
Karis, who submitted this ITA, suggests from the further context of the ITA, Mindy pulled down the tree and smashed the shit out of everything.
All right, yeah, lock the room.
Just lock it down.
Yeah. Well, that at 11:10.
Yes,
is our show.
Christmas wraps it up for us.
An old classic 3-hour episode, just like they used to be.
I think this is hilarious and has been lots of fun. Thank you to our guest.
Hey, that's
Duncan
me.
The Singer.
Hey, that's me.
I know we didn't do a singy thing that we thought we would do, but there wasn't really probably going to happen.
It's already 11:10, so...
Yeah, we've got a lot of this to do. It really probably wasn't the forum, but maybe there'll be an opportunity to do...
Hey, if you want to hear some singing, just like, I don't know...
Join his choir.
Or join my choir, or buy my single that I released a couple of years ago that only 4 people bought. It's Christmassy.
I bought it. Just saying.
I watched it on YouTube because that's free.
Yeah, it's free, isn't it, on YouTube?
Thank you very much, Tamsin, for wonderful presents. Thank you for everyone for their bits and everything. It's been a wonderful year. I should say we're not going to do anything more this year. So we'll see you back on January the 9th.
Good, isn't it?
It's great. Thank you so much for all your support all year, for watching it and joining in and talking bollocks. So we'll just say goodbye. And
so cute.
It's very cute. We'll say goodbye and we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Yeah.
Fucking jingles, Alex.